I'm a big proponent of doing things the right way, if that make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know how else to call it. We're going to be behind a little bit as when I go live, we're going to be going live through the direct, whatever the crap that thing is. So it will, I think it's a minute and a half we're behind. So I hate when it does that.
On the delay.
Yeah, that delay is something that's real serious, that pimp. But it seems like we are live. So I will say to you guys,
hey, nah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we hadn't heard from this young lady very much. What's going on up there in Chicago?
Man, nothing much, man. Everything, man.
You ain't heard nothing new about it?
Different days. Ain't nobody died, no freezers or nothing, so it's been low key on the news.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. You ain't heard nothing about Kanika and him yet?
Nah, nobody said nothing to me about it.
Yeah, nobody said nothing to you.
I ain't seen no pots and pans up there. No pots and pans roadside. Getting a pep rally together, so things kind of dying out. So
yeah, no. Hey, I did a story earlier. I don't know if you heard about it. There was a black school student, and what she did was she took her friend's water bottles, and I put it on TNN Raw too. It's on the website. It's Sotomayor Your TV. She filled the water bottle up with toilet water, so her roommate could get sick, and her roommate ended up getting very sick, losing weight, and having severe diarrhea.
Like, was this like a prank that she did like once, or was she like every day getting up like flowers in the attic type shit? I'm gonna make sure
she didn't do it once. Nope, it wasn't a one-time thing. She was doing it every day. She was filling up that girl's water bottles in her room with the toilet water out of the college dorm toilet.
What? Why would she do that?
Nobody knows.
She got to be ugly, and the other girl got to be pretty.
No, they both
ugly.
They both are not very cute. They both dark skinned. I mean, that dark skin, all bets is off. I'm not even trying to be funny. Dark skinned girls just wow motherfuckers. Like they dark skinned girls are literally, and the sad thing is I really like dark skinned girls. I do.
My God.
But these motherfuckers is like niggas with clits. They straight up like they are some sick sons of bitches. Black women they are. Like I've noticed when I talk to a lighter skinned woman, it's completely different than talking to a darker skinned woman. It just is. When you are like dark skinned women, they crying for attention. Like when I'm around most light skinned girls, they're very quiet. They're not loud. They're not loud around your friends. They just pretty much they know they look good. They were brought in. They were brought here to be fucked and to be trophied off. Here she goes. Here's who I'm with. But the dark skinned girl, no, they were brought there to help. You know, a nigga needed backup at the trap house. I was I was at the bando, and
They got the Keisha from New Jack City programming.
Literally, that's it,
baby.
The dark skinned girl in New Jack City was what? The motherfucking muscle. Dark skinned girls are muscle. You don't bring in a light skinned girl to intimidate nobody. Bring in a light skinned girl behind you as you walk up in the bando. It don't matter if she got 2 Desert Eagles on her hands. Niggas gonna be like, that bitch is packing, but I like to fuck her. They gonna be over there trying to holler at your muscle. We can't take this bitch serious. This bitch grew her own hair. We can't take her seriously.
Like Cleo set it off.
They're like, God, dog, this is it's weird. And I was looking at this story, and then to know that this woman put this shit to harm this person. And do you know how they caught her, Brian?
How?
Snapchat. The bitch was Snapchatting everything she was doing.
Seriously.
Swear to God. They caught her because she Snapchat every time she did it and was saying, this bitch, this some nasty shit. This bitch gonna get sick as hell. Showing herself poured in there.
I just can't grasp like what. And I'm a funny motherfucker, and I think that I don't mind a prank when it's in good taste. And I will sometimes push the envelope and maybe go too far every now and again. But how in the hell do you have the mental fortitude and just commitment to do that every day?
Every day. All day, every day.
It's like she's scooping the toilet water. Like
every day.
I'm gonna put this water bottle in a tube to get my hands nasty and everything, just so I can put it on her. And once you see her being sick, once you see her not feeling well, she urling, diarrhea and shit everywhere. Like, yes, change that.
Now you can understand why you got these jackass niggas fucking with me every day, because who were they raised by? These single mothers who taught them to do what? Fuck with people. Every day black women wake up, they wake up to fuck with people. I'm not even trying to be funny. Now, if you're not the black woman I'm talking about, then you shouldn't be offended. But the majority of black women wake up every day because their life ain't shit, and they wake up to fuck with other people. That's it. They wake up every day to try to throw somebody else, as they say, off their square. Because if you were worth a fuck, the last thing you would do was wake up trying to fuck up somebody else's life. And both of y'all are in college. Now, imagine this. This is why I'm afraid to send my daughter to college. And when I send her there, and I know what they like to do with freshmen, make them have to stay with somebody on the dorm. But I'd rather my daughter, I don't like all this roommate shit. I'd rather I know if she stayed by herself, that is another scare that I would have, because if she has an apartment by herself, them little niggas on campus is trying to rape.
Somebody could plot on them. Yep.
Yeah. So I know that. But when they stay with somebody, that's almost worse. When you stay with a roommate, that means other people on campus who don't like you have access to you. When my freshman year, my sophomore year, we could get apartments, and most of the apartments were designed this way. It'd be 4 rooms and a common area. In each room, you would just rent the room out. So it'd be 4 of you. But here was the problem. Because you had that common area, because everybody had a key to that front door, and they could give it to whoever they wanted, what if you ended up getting into a beef with somebody, that one of your other roommates who didn't really like you anyway, because you just needed 4 people, so you didn't get 4 friends.
Yeah.
And even if you got 4 friends, friends turn on each other. What happens when that person decide, especially if you're a girl, well, there's some people that want to rape you. I'm going to let them in. I'm going to leave the door unlocked. All the time in the dorm room, in the girls' dorm, let me tell you what women would do. And ladies in the comment section, tell me if I'm lying. They would do this, and it's one of the most disgusting, disturbing things that they would do. The women would do something. Each of the doors at a certain amount of time on our campus, the doors would lock. So only people who had a key could get in the dorm, which was smart.
Right.
Well, the girls wanted their boyfriends to come over and fuck them. But they didn't want to go down because these motherfuckers, especially the black ones were too fucking lazy to walk downstairs and let you in. So you know what them hoes would do? Prop the door open. There was at least 3 girls on campus while I was there who got raped simply because of that. Door propped open. So you send your daughter to college, you tell her to do everything correctly. She did everything correctly, and your daughter just got raped because another bitch who had dick on the way decided to leave the door unlocked. Leave the door propped open.
Leave the door propped open. Because she got to have it tonight, and she don't want to get out the bed. She just going to stay in the bed and leave the door open. So
he can come up here.
Not just him, but anybody can just come up in there.
Stupid shit. And it's sad. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Sorry, me and Brown talking like y'all don't exist. What's going on, people in the audience? I'm lounging in the whorehouse, as you guys see. Brown, what do you think of my new digs?
Quite distinct, you know. I see the vintage couch back and the antique lamp.
Look what I got. I got a motherfucking I got a jukebox. I got a jukebox in here.
Looks like the front room of a brothel. Looks nice.
It is.
I'm proud of you.
It is. So I feel good. I'm in my element. Only thing I need is a lava lamp and some incense. But give me a lava lamp and some incense. It is on, nigga.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. let me ask you something. I'm glad that you're here. It's been a week since we've been going. I got to count these episodes to know what episode we're on. We got to be on like 25.
I think we're on 20.
20. Man, that was close. All right.
Yep.
This one is one that I need to ask myself. So I'm going to need you to do most of the talking on this one. Because I was wondering, and let me tell you something, truthfully, Brian, and guys, welcome to the Guru and the Whore. This is my man, Brian. Make sure that you guys follow him on Instagram at Relate Better, correct?
Yep.
All right, at Relate Better. And we're going to make sure you guys also in the description box, you can go ahead and click that like button. And if you're watching on Tommy Sotomayor Live, please come and grab the link to watch it over on the Guru and the Whore channel. I don't know what's going on over there, but if you guys could, come over here, watch the show, because you know I will turn it off over there pretty soon. Sorry that it's so late. I'm gonna do a better job of we're gonna do this stuff early. We're gonna start get this thing in earlier, especially so we can start getting phone calls in. But the topic is, why can't I get married or keep a solid relationship? Now, I've always wanted to be married since I was young, and I don't know if that's a weird thing. I know you're married. Has that been something you wanted when you were young, or was it something that just happened?
No, I think that I had my time when I wasn't trying to get married. I always had it in my mind that I wanted to have a traditional style marriage, wife, kid, a couple of children running around, a dog or something, goldfish and all that kind of stuff. I think I always wanted that. It was just when I got old enough and I thought I was ready for it, that's when I started to pursue it. But
you wanted a goldfish?
I definitely wanted to be married. Huh?
You wanted a goldfish?
I want a goldfish. I love fish. Yeah.
The snack that smiles back?
Not the goldfish crackers. The little swimming thing, you know, yeah.
I was about to say. I bought me some of them goldfish. I stuck them in the fucking water. And people come by and say, "You like to see my goldfish?" And they say, "What'd you feed them?" I said, "More goldfish."
Goldfish.
I woke up one day, my daughter was crying. I said, "Why you crying?" She said, "The fish is dead. Look at it. It done broke up."
So that's all right, baby. We got a bag full of them. We got a million one there. How many you want? 2, 4, 10. We put them in there.
I feed them niggas parsley.
Parsley. If we ain't getting all that fish food, put some spices at the house. Put a couple of bay leaves in there, a little oregano. We'll see what happens.
But I always wanted to be married, and now here I am, 41. Apparently, I just haven't been able to do it. And after a while, ain't nobody gonna try to marry the crypt keeper. Like, ain't nobody trying to marry the crypt keeper. I wake up in the morning, promptly at 7 in the morning. The bitch fuck me and I get ready to come, don't know but dust come out.
She's like, "What towel?" I say, "Oh, you ain't gonna need no towel. Just get this little whisk broom. Just, shoot that out onto the floor. You know, we'll vacuum it up later."
I'm getting kind of old, so it's like maybe marriage ain't something I should look for at this point. Maybe I need to look for a pinochle partner. Like I'm not sure.
They start looking for local bingo spots.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't married. I play bingo. That's what I do. Yes.
So I'm asking. You said it wasn't something like you just thought of, and then you came to a point where it was what you wanted. For people like me though, who've always wanted it, what is the nebulous answer you can give us to what we should do to possibly be able to make it work, or to be able to find that thing that we haven't been able to find? Then we're going to drill it down. I'm going to give you more specifics, but just the nebulous answer right now.
Okay. So first and foremost, I didn't go to what was it, Georgia Tech you went to? I didn't go to Georgia Tech. So I have no clue on what the fuck nebulous is. Based on the context clue you giving me, I guess.
Your microphone is doing something weird. Your microphone will sound really clear, and then it will muffle. It's weird.
It's muffled?
Yeah, like it'll sound really clear, and then it'll muffle.
Let's see here. What's in there? Yeah. Oh, wait. I think I know exactly what that could be. Is that better?
Yeah, you were using the from the camera instead of the mic?
No, it was the I think it was the speaker. Let me make sure that I think it was picking up some of the audio from the speaker, so that was kind of like making it go down or sound low. Okay. Is it good now though?
Yeah, it's relatively good. So go ahead, talk to us about that. But just nebulous is more like an overview.
Oh, okay. All right. So I think the first and foremost, I think that you have to get the traditional thing that you see on TV, that idea of marriage. I think that's one of the main problems with marriage. So
it's doing it again.
It is.
Know what that is? Yeah. It's like you'll be like right now, be clear, and then something will happen like that. It's weird.
Is that better?
Well, when you say a couple words, it works.
All right, I got it now. I see what's wrong.
What was it?
I got these wrong speakers are on here. All right. Let's turn that off. And all right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good.
Uh-huh.
All right.
But I won't know until we have a long dialogue.
Because that other thing is out. Yep.
Mike Gordon said, I don't care anymore. I'm 50, and among the short-term relationships, I've realized as much as I could. And I've been an excellent father and just not made to share my life. That's deep.
All right. I should be able to. Once I change default to that. All right, I should be able to.
It's still acting a bitch.
No, I can't. Why the hell is that?
Crazy bitch can draw.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep. There we go.
Man, your shit's still fucked up. Go ahead and talk to me.
It is.
Just talk, man. Go ahead. Fuck you and your connection. I ain't got time for this shit.
Boy.
I ain't got time for this shit.
He's like, all right.
I ain't got time for this shit.
Go ahead, man. This shit's still fucked up, man. Go on, man.
I got this brand new room and shit. I ain't got time for that.
All right. So
I'm gonna actually design a room like this.
You say what?
I'm gonna actually design a room like this when I get somewhere permanent.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I put a billiards in there, and
yeah,
I don't even know what billiards is. I don't. Every time white people say they're gonna billiard table, what the fuck is that?
I think it's where you sit down and write your bills. Now that.
Yeah, when the last time?
Like an office desk. Yeah. You sit down and put all your bills on there.
Yes.
Write them all down and get them paid.
I think, man, when's the last time a nigga played billiards?
Yeah. Usually go to the pool hall, man.
I've seen a nigga do it, and I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
Oh, you never like shot pool ball?
I shot pool, but I don't know what the fuck billiards is.
That's billiards.
I don't know what the fuck billiards is. I know what pool is. No real nigga nigga play billiards? When the last time a nigga hit you up and say, hey, man, let's go play billiards?
Let's go play billiards, nigga.
Niggas don't play billiards.
We can go play some pool.
Well, yes.
You don't even play pool. You shoot pool.
We shoot pool. Motherfucker. We go to the pool hall. We don't go to no billiards hall. I'm just saying, it's some stupid shit that white people be trying to sneak past a nigga. Recall it pool, because we know we don't actually get in actual pools. So it's easier for us to play pool than swim in one.
As when the white people wanted to go and didn't want the black people to go out, they say, hey man, you want to go play some billiards? Black people like, I don't do nothing about no billiards.
We don't do. You know why black folks don't play billiards?
Why?
Because it's got Bill in the front. Yeah. We don't want to have nothing to do with that.
I ain't got no money for that, man. Put that on the payment plan.
He had Bill in the front. We knew the fuck that. No, they're going to get us there and make us pay off something. I'm not going.
But yeah, I got money for that. I'm good. Yeah.
Well, bullshit. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to go off on that tangent. I just thought about it when I thought about it. That just pisses me off that we don't do a lot of things that white people keep trying to get us to damn do. That's not what we do. And then white people take your shit like how they did football. Motherfucker, when do a nigga really use his feet in football? In American think about it. In American football, when do a nigga use his feet? Yet they call it football. Here's when you use your feet. You kick the motherfucking ball off, but you don't get to do that either at the beginning of the game, beginning of the half, or if you score. Or you kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Other than that, you throwing the ball, you running the ball. Football, but they done took it. Made everybody else in the world, which is a bigger population than the few motherfuckers who play football, start calling they shit soccer.
So we took that.
That's it. That didn't make any sense.
Oh, man.
Basketball made sense. When they first did it, they had a ball and a fucking basket on the wall. It literally was a fruit basket.
Yep.
That made sense. Baseball.
What about baseball?
It's all about them bases.
The bases.
It's a base. Yep. You need to hit the ball to go to the base. Baseball. That literally is it. Football, that don't make any sense. Gridiron ball would have made some sense. Rough ass ball.
Carry ball. That's the stuff.
Yeah, run ball. I don't know.
Handball.
Throw ball.
Handball. That's what it is. Yep.
Sports war simulator. You never noticed that?
War simulator.
Everything about football is a war analogy. You never noticed that?
Yeah, offense, defense, interception.
No, you sack the quarterback. Yeah. That is a military term.
Yep. Like sacking the city.
Right. Then you turn around and you throw a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
You throw a bullet pass.
Right.
When you're going up and down the field, it's the equivalent of the war analogy of this is yours, this is mine. We're trying to fight to take it. Right. It is literally what did they used to call the stadium that your Bears used to play in?
Soldier Field.
Yeah, see that?
Still to this day.
Don't you see that? It is one of those things where everything about it is some kind of war analogy. Like somebody said they blitz.
Yep.
Blitz, that's a German term, blitzkrieg.
Blitzkrieg, yep.
So you think about it, it's I know it'd be kind of long to call it the sports war simulator, but it's better than football.
Call it SWS for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I knew about
you seen that SWS on Monday night? Whoo, man, that was crazy.
Yes, and then it would have stuck just like everything else. WWE went from WWF to WWE, and once we got used to it, we was okay saying it. Right now, it still sounds stupid to say some fucking Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
Them's bullets.
Washington bullets.
Them's bullets.
We were just talking about that, wasn't we?
Yes, them's bullets.
Something about the bullets.
Yes, but I want to ask you in all seriousness. Dating apparently is not my thing because I've done it for a long time, but I've never done it for a long time. So I've dated a lot of people. And I realized it's gotten bad. when you cannot name the people you slept with.
Wow.
Whore. I probably can't name a third of the people I've slept with now.
A third.
Cannot name them hoes. It was a woman who I had slept with 6 months later hit me up, and I didn't know who the fuck she was.
God, dog.
I did not know who this bitch was.
Wow. So I guess it's we've lost the foundation of what like traditional family values are, and that has translated over into dating. It's translated over into how we carry ourselves in the streets. The choices that we make in life, we don't put family first. We don't do things, for the most part, for the sake of our family. We've gotten into such a selfish mindset that if it's not gratifying or satisfying us in the instant moment, right now, then we tend to shy away from it. We will choose whatever will please us right now in the moment than something that will be more satisfying for us in our future, something that will be more satisfying for our families as a whole. We've gotten away from that, and that's kind of like distorted how we relate to each other as people, which breaks down our relationships, which is why we aren't able to have long-term relationships. If you could say that you can't name a third of the people that you've been with, then the sheer value of it is what's more so alarming to say, well, what is it that you're finding in all of these different people?
Damn, I hate your mic. Because you're saying some good shit, but your mic is acting a fool.
It is?
It will mute sometimes.
Let me jump out and jump back in.
All right. Well, I will talk to them and wait on you to come back.
All right.
Because I want you guys to hear what he's saying, because it's important, and it seems like it's going upside down, in and out. So we want to fix that. Millcock, Millicock, let me go ahead and block you. Let me go ahead and get Millie Cock or Millie, whatever the fuck he is. Whoever the fuck he is. Talking about some, please go get checked. Yeah, because I'm running around not being checked. You're right. Let me go ahead and block you. Let me find this Millie Cock person. Let me go ahead and find them. There you go. Since I know I have to block people my damn self, because my moderator is going to let shit like that fly. Don't know why, but it tells me a lot about my mods. But as I wait on him to come back, here's what I want to put out there for the public to understand. Someone in the comments section asked, was I a sex addict? You know the odd part about that? I'm not. I can tell you what I am. I am a let's see. What's the best way to put it? I am a companionship addict. How's that sound? I'm a companionship addict. And I think that's one of the hardest things to be, because when you are a companionship addict, you will find yourself just wanting the company. There are plenty of women who will tell you, well, he don't be fucking like that. He just, like, I've always wanted to build something with somebody. So sex is like a lead into something. The way I viewed it, sex is like a lead in into something better. So I will do sex hoping it leads into something more. Now, the sad part about sex is you have this. Stupid motherfuckers are really good in the bed when it comes to women. Like crazy bitches that are off for some reason. It's like the more people are off, the better the physical contact with them is. The mental part, that's where it seems like we miss out on a lot of people. Or me. Me as in, I look at individuals and you judge them on several different things. I judge a woman on how she looks, how she speaks, how she smells, how she acts. The first thing I notice is how she looks. Now, there's a weird thing. And that weird thing is, once you've decided someone looks good, that usually trumps the other shit. Ladies, maybe once they decide somebody has money. I don't know what the people value, but it seems like the thing that we value the least is the thing that matters the most. If you are going to pick a life partner, shouldn't the question be, can I be with this person when sex isn't available, when money isn't available? Can I depend on this person? Can I relate to this person? Does this person have the same goal of a relationship as I do? These are the hard questions, because if you don't know these things, it doesn't matter how good they look or how much money they have. And if you plan on staying with somebody for the rest of your life, then your goals over a long period of time have to be in tune. Like, you could date somebody who, let's say, their goal is to be a CPA, and your goal is to be a nigga who sit on the internet all the time and talk shit. You don't have to have the same goal. You don't even have to be in the same field. But what you do need is that you encourage each other, that you're just as happy to see her do what she's doing as she's happy to see you doing what you're doing. And you each try to help each other in those certain fields that they're in. Can I get an amen? You should have that person's best interest at heart. And if you have the person's best interest at heart, the question then has to be, should we have to settle with the other ancillary stuff, or stuff that they would call shallow, i.e. looks? Because, like, say you really like big tits. If you get a woman that you relate to, but she's got small tits, would that be a problem for you? Like, ladies, let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever been in a relationship with a man and he treated you well, but the superficial shit started to come in between your relationship and you felt bad that the superficial shit was coming in between your relationship with this individual? You felt bad because you were like, he's a good guy. He'll work his ass off to make me happy, but his dick too little. He too short. I like dark skinned guys and I like light skinned guys and he dark. To me, I don't think being able to maintain a family should be considered shallow. I don't think a woman wanting a man who not rich, but he has the ability to be able to take care of her financially, I don't think that's a shallow thing. And my man Brian is back. What's up, B?
Hey, I hope this is better.
All right, we're just going to work. I think what happens is when you're close to the mic, it works. I think when you move around, sometimes it's reaching for something. I don't know what settings you have it on, but I think when you move, that's when you have a problem. But once you stay in front of it, you're fine.
Cool.
But go ahead. What do you think about what I was saying, what you walked in on?
I think that it makes a lot of sense. I think one of the problems is that we don't figure out what we actually want before we go searching. We just let those initial things that are satisfying to us, things that feel good, like physical attributes, the way a person looks, what a person's resources may have, and then those things tend to not be the things that you want to have build a foundation with. And the things that really do matter, when a person is lacking in those things, then now you feel slighted, you feel cheated, missing, because that person doesn't have these things that you really do care about. Mm-hmm. So it's like we get with certain people for the wrong reasons, and when we do that, that keeps things from not working out we ultimately want.
You've heard individuals say to other individuals, to guys, and one of them wrote it in the comment section, you're too nice. Now, an individual like this has been trying to have a real relationship with people, hasn't been the cheater like I have been, hasn't been the liar like I have been, haven't been the ain't shit nigga like I am. God, dog, this
that mirror out, ain't it?
You ever read your own resume and realize you've been fired a lot? God, dog.
For once in my life.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna feel real good. It's gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat,
that's it.
Pain is blowing my mind. There was a husband, no home, not a nigga to love. Could it be pretending that I don't know? A widow's broken heart. I'm in the room and fart, and it stinks like shit. And ain't no way for you to avoid it. Smells so bad, you might get sick. That's why I want you to know.
Oh my God. Yeah, man.
Listen, serious, after hearing me talk about myself, I see why don't nobody want to stay with me. But the point is, if you look at a lot of people who are like this brother who said he's been called too nice. And I hear this said a lot by a bunch of brothers. What would be his, I want to get married, but for some reason I can't keep a long-standing relationship?
You got to change the pond that you're fishing in, because there are a lot of people that are used to being. I mean, there are a lot of women that are used to being the bad guy. There are a lot of women that like those asshole dudes that they call a challenge, whatever you want to call it, and they are used to dealing with those type of men and that type of male energy. So when you are dealing with that, then somebody like that dude who's the nice guy, he has no chance. He's literally wasting his time by even trying to conversate with a woman like that. That woman is not gonna want him until she got gray hairs on her pussy and she's all done and tired of all the whoring and sleeping around. Now she needs somebody to take care of her and somebody that she knows that's safe. So now she'll date that guy.
So
Because
you telling him just to wait.
I was gonna say so. Either
These bitches gonna show up eventually.
He can either wait and take them sloppy seconds of leftovers, or he can go to a different pond and fish. Because there are a lot of people there are a lot of women that do want nice guys. However, they just don't tend to be in our environment that we call, i.e., the hood, or i.e., the greater majority of black folks.
But the so-called nice guy though is not around the hood people like that. He's still running into, because I was that guy, and I would meet the girls on campus where I was. Like, we have the same ideals. And who would this bitch be fucking? The nigga that don't go to school. The nigga that ain't shit.
In college, that's, I don't know how established this, but that's them going through their whole phase where they want to explore and do whatever it is they want to do. So most of them aren't looking for that nice guy until they get out of school or until they're getting ready to get out of school, and then they're getting ready to start their career and when they become a mother and all that kind of stuff. It's just like when
but let me say this. I feel where you're going, but I got to ask you something before I forget because I'm old. I feel what you're saying, but here's the difference between our community and other communities. Other communities, they knew how to be married before they knew how to be hoes. Let me say this to you. Your children know what a family looks like before they know what whores look like because they grew up with a family. So even though your daughter or sons, whoever, might go out and whore, they have a thought of what they're going to do. You know, like when you had good parents, especially you having a father who was a police officer, you still did your shit, but you had a time limit on them shits. Like you knew the glass slipper, the motherfucking pumpkin was going to, the carriage was going to turn into a pumpkin, and them glass slippers was going to turn back into a pair of Stephon Marbury's.
Pro wings.
Yeah, and you do this. So what people like you used to do was, you would get high, but you got high and then needed 2-3 extra hours to make sure that high went away, so you went home without it. Now people like me, you didn't have no parents that really gave no fucks. Yeah. When I used to sneak in the house, I used to sneak in my mama's window and walk over her in the bed. Excuse me, bitch. I used to leave her window unlocked.
She'd be like, huh? She'd be laughing.
Girl, I think my son crazy than fuck. This nigga don't have no curfew and he still be coming in late. How you do that?
He said, what was you doing in my room last night? Oh, I was turning off the TV, mama.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. I used to come in the room and turn off her TV while she was watching it. You know it's late.
Turn off TV, mama. Excuse me, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, bitch. They need to make a song like that. Excuse me, bitch. What's your name? Can I knock it out tonight? On the couch, on the floor. I don't love you cause you's a hoe. I'm letting you know. Can I knock it out tonight?
Oh man, boy,
I don't care that you married.
But it's like that makes a lot of sense with what you're saying, because when you know what the expectation is, you know what the real blueprint is. Even when you deviate from that, you know what to go back to. Because I didn't do that. I didn't come home high around my mama. I knew better. But I still went and got high. Still went and did it. But I knew said not to come.
That didn't stop me from doing it.
Yeah, it didn't stop me from doing it. But I knew not to come home high. I knew that. So it's like, even if I had to spend the night out or something like that, I would do that because I didn't want my mama to see me high like that. I just didn't. But there are some people that get high with their mama. So when you're talking about that person, and you're the person that has a different type of moral compass, and you're trying to be with that person, there's gonna be a disconnect there. Because you are the person who has some discernment, you got some morals, and you like, man, I'm not gonna come around my mama high. And she like, shit, come on in here and get high with my mama so you can meet her. She's like, well, how does that work?
Nigga said, get out my mama so you can meet her.
Yeah, she's like, come on and get high with my mama so you can meet her. She been waiting to meet you. I was telling her about you last week when we was getting. So it's like when you have that type of dynamic, even though she has a fat ass and she looks good, we tend to not factor in that part and say, well, man, this might be bad later on down the line, because if I try to build a family with this woman, her ideas and her values, you have to realize and say, one day I'm gonna come home and my daughter gonna be getting high with her and she ain't gonna see shit wrong with it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when that happens, and at that point, 10 years later, that's a huge problem for you, because you're like, I wouldn't even let my mama see me high. You the mother of my child, and you getting high with my child. So it's like there's a big gap that we have when it comes to just that breakdown in our families, to where when we try to get with those other people who don't have stronger families, it's a problem. It really is a problem. And just like, how do you become a nice guy? You become a nice guy either by seeing what your father did or listening to what your mama told you to do. So if your mama raised you into being a simp, then you're more than likely gonna be a simp. That's just what it is. But when you have a father in the home, you can see the responsibility part of it, but then your dad will take you to the side and tell you, you know, what it is that women like, what it is that women don't like, you know, how you can, you know, let a woman know what time it is the right kind of way, as opposed to, so you can get what you want, as opposed to just, you know, whining or crying for something like you do with your mom, and then your mama give in until you give you what you want. You get more out of being around that man and having that male energy than that you do from being around your mama and learning what your mama would want you to do. And then when you start doing with another woman, she don't like that bitch no way. So there's a problem in that aspect too.
So, let me tell you what the problem is, and you guys in the audience can tell me if I'm lying or not. One of the problems with men like me and the majority of black men who are raised by black women is kind of what you said, and I'm going to elaborate on it, and you guys, and especially you, can tell me what you think. See, when you're a man like me and you grew up with a woman, well, a woman's going to basically tell you that men ain't shit, because if she had a bad relationship with your dad, she's going to talk to you like men ain't shit, and she's going to raise you to be a simp. The first thing that black men are raised to be, because they're raised by the majority by single mothers, is we're raised to be simps. Meaning we're overly nice to girls at first because we believe, well, I want to make up for the shit that apparently my mother went through, because my mother keeps telling me all these stories about the shit that she went through, especially with my ugly ass, black ass daddy. So right. I don't have a reason to want to grow up to be what I'm going to grow up to be, which is him. So in essence, I would want to hope that I look more like my mom than my dad, because apparently my dad was ugly and black as hell. Apparently my dad was dumb, so I don't want to be like my dad mentally. Apparently my dad was all of these bad things, because they have no problem telling you this. So your first thoughts is to not only be different than your dad, but to try to make up to some other girl for what your mom went through. And then if you were like me, after that, when I finally got my heart broken a couple of times, then I had to go to the great philosopher, probably the man who taught me the most about women. And this was my first mentor, the great philosopher. No, it wasn't Tupac. Tupac didn't teach me about women. I said too short. Oh, it wasn't too short, but it was close. The great philosopher Snoop Doggy Dogg. Snoop Dogg gave me my first, my first tablet that I went off on Mount Sinai and came down with it.
The commandments.
And did you first hit? And I read it, and it said, "Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks."
Lick on
these nuts and suck the dick.
The dick.
Get the fuck out after you
come.
Then I hop to a bitch and get a quick one. Like that was. So I went from loving hoes to we don't love these hoes. Yeah. And that's the extreme in most black men. Ladies, Y'all tell me if you can agree. Black men can be very loving and very detached. You will have the same guy. He will be very loving and very detached. And I want to say that I think that's what's making it very difficult for us to have relationships, because I don't think we know what they are. I think, again, your kids know what it is. So even when they go through the whole phase, like the Bible tells you what? You train them up in the way of the Lord. So even when they stray, they shall return.
Come back to it.
You can't come back to some shit you don't know what it is. So when our here's the difference between a white girl and a black girl. White girl's whole stage lasts until she's 27. Then she like, wait a minute, I ain't married at 27. I'm gonna be an old maid. At 27, white girls be fucking concerned if they ain't married or on the way to get married. A black bitch at 27, she thinks she just got started. Bitch, I just got started. I'm still young.
He said, I'm gonna tell you that is very true, because that ideology that a lot of black women have of, getting old and they clock running out, they don't even start even understanding that until they get to they move from the going to the club to now they going to the
Let me tell you something. This is how crazy black women are. That's why I said I won't date no old ones, because the old ones aren't even honest with themselves. I was a bitch was 45. And I was talking about, I kind of want a couple more kids. Well, I'm pretty sure I still can have some. Shut your old ass up. Me and you fucking is like the Dust Bowl. I ain't even shooting sperm no more, just dust. And you don't even have no period no more, just dust.
Oh, man.
The bitch don't wear no maxi pad no more. She just spray pledge on her pussy.
Get that old English. Do that old English. You put it on that cheesecloth. Yeah. They keep it nice and shiny.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That bitch said that to me. You want to talk about a nigga was giggling. She said, well, the doctor ain't told me. Doctor ain't had to tell you nothing, bitch. When's the last time you saw a period? When the last time you saw a period when you wasn't reading the paper?
You remember that last Pap Smear 39? He was like, you know what? I'll just catch up with you whenever, 4 or 5 years from now.
The doctor don't even schedule no more appointments for your old ass. He just slap you on the ass and send you on your way. You still alive? Good job, bitch. Go on back to bed.
If nothing major happen, I don't need to see you anymore. That's good.
I'm just saying.
The doctor ain't told me nothing. I said, bitch, you ain't seen him in 5 years.
The doctor ain't told you nothing. He laughed when he go up and down. When she left, one question: do your pussy still get wet, and do you feel any lumps on your titties? No. Okay, we'll get out.
Doctor. Last time she went to the doctor, when she left, they gave her all her paperwork. Like, here's all your files.
They gave her entire file. Since it's been fun being your OBGYN. What do you mean? It's over for us.
You get this geriatric doctor. Yep. Next time when you go, you'll be good. Yep.
Now he got to sing it again. He go and walk up to her, and she be like, he look at her, and she be like, you know that this is over. Girl, you know that I'm right. You won't get pregnant, so go and fuck all day and all night.
She left for that last visit. Them motherfuckers had punch and cookies. Like everybody with that
they had a farewell sign up there and everything for this old bitch. Farewell, bitch. You'll never have to come back here no more. You can fuck all day. Fuck everybody. That is, girl, you can fuck everybody. Motherfucker, fuck everybody. Go ahead and fuck everybody. Menopause. Let them get in your drawers, Like, that's what it is.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Somebody say your OBGYN breaking up with you. But let's see. That motherfucker see you a Dear John letter.
No, it's really not me. It is.
You know, it
You are
is
too
you.
old to come back here. It really is you. I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? But somebody said their older sister had a child at 45. That bitch was wrong. But I'm saying, who they? Who's your older sister, Sarah? But for those in the Bible, they know their way around that. That's a good little joke. Cause Sarah had to let the handmaid come and fuck her husband to get a baby. Then she got pregnant.
Then she got pregnant.
Moses was
mad.
Yeah, I bet Moses was mad. 2 child support. This some bullshit. You know that motherfucking handmaid, she was talking shit. You know how bitch is real nice until they get pregnant by you, and then they talking a ton of shit. I ain't gotta listen to your shit no more. I'm going to the courthouse. I bet that's what that bitch said. I'm gonna have all them goats, Moses. Nigga, you gonna have 7 commandments when I get through with your bitch ass. Moses ain't even gonna come back with 2 tablets. That nigga gonna come back with a piece of paper. A sticky note.
I ran out of tablets, so I just wrote the rest of them on my hand here. If y'all want to know what it is, just come see me and I'll just hold it up for you to read. There you go.
Listen, God dog, that nigga done came down with a sticky note. God dog.
Man.
But if you listen to a lot of men like me though, and women, we don't have one. I think blacks don't have a concept of time. Every other race has a concept of time. As I told you, white girl at 27 is nervous. If she's not on the path to getting married, married, she's nervous. Yeah. If she's 27 with no kids, that's one thing. She's not worried about children. She doesn't like the idea of having children without the husband.
Right.
Black girls is completely different. They don't see time. So if they get pregnant at 16, they're going to have it at 16. That's no different to them than being 36. Remember, the girl who had 5 kids at 22 said there was nothing wrong with that. There's a girl, and they sent me the picture of it. There's a woman who took a picture on Facebook. What's that? Is that Facebook? No, Instagram. This woman is way pregnant, and she's pregnant with her 6th kid, and she took a picture with all of the children, and her being pregnant with the 6th one, and is letting you know she is single, bro. She's letting you know, well, yeah, I'm single, and there's no problem. She has no issue. And the black girls are on her page telling her how beautiful she looks being pregnant. There was another one where they took a picture, and I think Chastity may have sent it to me. I can't remember who sent it. It's a 15-year-old girl, I shit you not. She's fucking 15. They done dressed this bitch up and gave her a photo shoot. She's no bigger than this. I saw some of her pictures when she wasn't pregnant. She's this skinny.
Mm-hmm.
This black ass bitch is sitting up there with this big ass. I mean, it's always dark skin. It's always the dark skin. Them motherfuckers are so insecure. If they get pregnant, they're keeping it. Light skinned bitch, I can do better than you. I ain't having this fucking baby right now. There's no reason for me to do it. Hell, light skinned bitch be eating birth control like Skittles. That white girl I used to date, that motherfucker stayed on birth control. She didn't just come up pregnant. Most black chicks or bitches will come up pregnant. And then the first thing they'll do is, well, I'm having it. Yeah, I know I'm struggling with my bills and shit like that, but I'm going to have this baby. This was a young, dark skin, and those are the only ones I see. I rarely see little young 15, 14-year-old light-skinned girls just running around pregnant. It's always the dark-skinned ones. She was sitting up there, and they dressed this bitch up to take pictures at 15, welcoming the baby, and all she was getting was congratulations on the bottom. And I was like, they're actually congratulating a child for getting pregnant? That's what we're doing here? And they were. They were congratulating a child for being pregnant. And I want you to think about this for a minute. Our idea of and concept of time is off. There's no such thing as old. Old black women who got kids in their 20s, this old bitch is still trying to dress like a 20-year-old. Even if I am in a relationship with somebody in their 20s, I'm not trying to compete with them. I'm not trying to be down with them. I'm not trying to dress like the people in their age group dress. I am not. But these mothers are trying to compete still with their daughters, fucking their daughters' boyfriends. There is no concept of time. Why do you think we don't have life insurance? Why do you think we don't have health insurance? Because we believe if we're healthy today, we're going to be healthy in 30 years. We have no concept of time. Those black girls, you know how many black girls I've dated who 21, 22 tell me how they want to put on weight. I wish I was thicker. I wish I was thicker. You dumb bitch. You're 20. Why the fuck are you trying to be thick like a 35-year-old? That's something you grow into, but they have no concept of time. I think that's the biggest deterrent to us having relationships, because usually by the time we realize that time is not forever, it's usually too late for us. We've already bypassed the things that we should have done. What do you think?
I think that the reason why they don't have that concept of time, because women are not naturally legacy builders.
Yep.
They are not naturally trying to leave something for the world that they've created. They're not built in that sense. So that's the part that men do. We think about time. We understand that we are not. There's a point in a man's life when he hits like maybe his mid 30s, where he begins to think about his mortality and he begins to think about his legacy. I did it. And once we have that concept, we start thinking about, I'm not going to always be young. I'm not going to always be able to do this thing and do those things. We start seeing those things. And when we start seeing those things happen, when we playing sports, when you're playing baseball and you're not as fast as you used to be. Mm-hmm. You don't hit the ball as hard as you used to. When you're playing basketball and you don't jump as high. When you start taking elbows and you feel them 2 days later. You know what I'm saying? So you begin to rationalize that. Smarter at this game. So I still want to play it. I still got love for it, but I'm going to get smarter at it. We take that concept into life. That's why we are the ones that want to start our own business, because we are tired of working for somebody else. That's what men do, because we will say, I'd rather build my own thing and do it my way, because I don't want to keep working for this guy no more because I don't like the way he does it. As opposed to staying in there and trying to tear that shit down, we'll go build our own. Women are not made to do that. They're not wired to do that. So what they do is they begin to create an alternate reality. They begin to distort the reality that they're in, and that's why they become, fabulous 40. I'm a grandma instead of a grandma. They begin to do anything that
Teresa the hot chick, Martin. You hot chick and you got grandkids.
Exactly.
No grandmother should even want to. Like, I believe we as black people don't enjoy any place that we're at. Like I said, I'll hear girls in their 20s talking about something they want to be thick. Bitch, you didn't enjoy your teens because you was trying to be 20. Yep. Now you can't enjoy your 20s because you're trying to be fucking 30. Now you can't enjoy your 40s because you're trying to be 30. Now you can't enjoy your 50s because you're trying to be 40. We're never in the right fucking place at the right time. Even when I'm dating young women, I always tell them, I don't want you to be no old woman. Enjoy the place in life that you're at now. Yes. Enjoy what the fuck you are. Enjoy when you're in your 20s, enjoy your 20s. When you're in your 30s, enjoy your 30s. Stop trying to be something you're not. Most of these girls would get quote unquote thick and shit once you get married, eat you a little bit, metabolism slow down, and have you a couple of kids. I'd rather my wife be the fine ass mama and you look back at her pictures and be like, wow, she was slim before y'all had some kids. Yes, that's when I was walking around putting this bitch in nice dresses and taking her to nice formal ass events. Then when my girl turned 40 and 50, motherfuckers was like, damn, like Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu was shaped like a stick. For those of you who remember when Erykah Badu first came out with that, on and on and on and on. Erykah Badu done had like 100 kids. How big is her ass now? That motherfucker is awesome. She fine than a bitch. But I'd rather my wife do that. She crazy.
The key to that, though, and what you're saying, she's with somebody. She's with you while all of this is happening. So she is the life that you are building. You all are able to share it together. So that's why she can appreciate that time when she was young and in her 20s and had her body was tight and right. And it was good because the attention she got then and the attention she was able to get you, she was able to grab your attention, and you guys have gotten together and now you're married and now you're building a life together. So now when you're in your 30s, 40, you're in your 30s. Yeah, she don't have that 20 body, but she's still looking good than a motherfucker. And she's still with you. So therefore, she's happy because you guys are building a life together. You're having children. Now you move into your 40s. Yeah, she still don't have that body like she did when she was 20, but she knows that she's with you. She knows that you're happy. She knows that you still with her. You still sleeping with her, grabbing her ass and all that kind of stuff because you still enjoying her because even though she ain't 20, you was with her through that time in her life and you got history together. So you appreciate her now, not just because of how she looked, but because of who she is and what she brings to the table as your woman. She's bringing more to your table. And this is the part that women don't understand. Yeah, a young woman looks good. A young woman feels good. She got a tight body and all that. But the more time that a man spends with the woman and you build a life and you build history with that person, that shit becomes more valuable than a tight body, a tight ass, and some perky tits.
That's why it's a lot of niggas who will fuck around on their wife with a young woman. But then when the young woman say, you gonna leave your wife? What he do?
Hell no.
No, leaving my wife
no
with your dumb ass. My wife can cook, bitch. You don't
right,
even like
she
the
cooks,
kitchen.
She cooks, she cleans. I ain't got to tell her shit.
this bitch avoid the kitchen. You gotta go through the kitchen to go to the garage. This bitch go outside. Wait, why you didn't come to the car? Well, I gotta go through that kitchen. You know I don't fuck with that kitchen, nigga. I don't do.
No. Yeah.
She don't do like, shit. She just laid out. Old bitch take care of you. Y'all know old bitch will suck your dick, let you come in her face, go in the room, get a hot ass rag, put it on your dick, let it sit down like she about to shave your face, come back, wipe it down, go downstairs, get a motherfucking sandwich, bring you your favorite beer, fuck around, put it in her teeth, and take the cap off. Old bitch work your ass to death. You ever had an old bitch give you a massage and you wake up, it's Wednesday? How long you been rubbing my back, bitch?
What she do with the bill?
Long did. And that old bitch got strong hands too. That bitch been in the gym. She will hit your back. You know when an old bitch hit you a little bit and you a man, you try to act like it didn't hurt. It did. It did.
Yeah, it did.
She grabbed that money. It did. It did hurt your old bitch.
After she leave, you be like,
yeah, bitch got my shit all her. You go to the fucking work looking like Quasimodo and shit. Your wife been massaging you? Yeah, she did that. She did.
My wife, man, that strong bitch.
You know what I'm
saying? He be like, look, you be strong. Look at that bruise, nigga.
Yes.
What the fuck she did, man?
Yes, but that old bitch will take care of you. And like you said, you got a history. You built, you had children with this woman. You have a history, and every time you look at your kids, you see that person, especially if it's somebody that you enjoy working with, that you built with. Even if it ain't your damn kids, you happy because you are a part of that woman, and those kids become your kids, and you're a part of doing that, and you get to go back and look. And what these women don't understand, like this is what I've noticed about a lot of black women. These young black girls are soft as fuck. Like they soft. When I was coming up at 20, a motherfucker, and you remember because we were about the same age. Young girls, when we were coming up, like when he was 20, 19, this bitch still had muscle definition, six pack, and everything. Cause this motherfucker they was young. Mm-hmm. If you got that girl, all her shit was hard and tight, just like yours at 20. But you were with her, she had a couple kids, she got a little bit older. Now this shit done got soft. So, like, you know that old song by the Whispers, just get better in time, get better with time?
That's right.
That's actually what's supposed to happen. The bitch, you tenderize this bitch over the years.
It's like that old couch that you got, or that love seat, or that recliner that you got. Yeah, it may be old, but it's built just for you. You got your body print in it. When you sit in it, it sinks in, and it's just the way that you want it because it's to your body content. It's made for you. That's the whole point of it. And it's like women don't understand that. And part of it too is because older women don't live that nowadays, so they can't pass that on to them. Yes. They don't pass on the importance of things like cooking, keeping a house, keep being able to, do things for your man, catering to your man. That has become a lost art. It's a lost art. And it's like those are the things that when men and women hear this, when we get older, it's not necessarily about how you look. It's about what you do. It's about who you are to us and how you make me feel. Yep. When I'm 40, I don't want to come home from my job and argue with your motherfucking ass about the house not being clean, Ain't no food in this motherfucker. The kids ain't taking. I don't want to do that. Regardless if we both work or not. That is not what we want to come home. Serenity, comfort, love. Those are the things we want to come home to. And a 20-year-old don't know how to do that shit. Yeah, she may have some good, sweet, tight, young pussy, but at the end of the day, it's only so much fucking you do. And in your 40s,
especially my age, I ain't even trying to fuck like that. Like when I was 20, I could fuck 20, you down.
I fuck 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day. I fuck till it hurt. My base hurt. I can't do it no more. I'm telling you, that's what you do when I'm 20. She's like, man, I'm hitting out whatever it is. It's like a jackhammer.
When I was 20, I was able to fuck and didn't even. You had to tell me I had an orgasm. I didn't know. You had to tell me to stop. I was like Forrest Gump of fucking. You know, if the Forrest would run for that touchdown, everybody had to put up the sign and tell them to stop. Like, that's what the bitch had to tell me to do after a while. Nigga, stop.
Yes.
Now, I get. Look, I played off orgasm plenty of damn time. Man, I'm tired. Let me. She'd be like, you didn't come? Yeah, I did. No, you did. I did. And I've done it so long, I know how to play it off. I do the same little.
He said he just sit there.
You did.
Oh. Oh man, but that's the thing though. It's like what a lot of women think is so important to us. We may like it, but it's not necessarily what's important. It's not that deciding factor. It's not that thing that makes us say, "This is why I'm here. This is why I choose you." It's those other things that we like, that are important to us, that catering thing, that being not having to come home and ask for shit because you already know what it is that we want, because you've been with me for 20 years. So you know what the hell to do when I come home. You know, you know that on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, them the nights we fucking, because we've been doing that for the past 5 years. You know what I'm saying? It's like those are the things where, hey, we work well together as a team. And when you're on my team and we playing well together, then we winning. It's just that simple. And a lot of young women don't have that, and they don't get that from older women because the older women are trying to compete with their young ass.
Very true. Hey, let me show you something. I said I was going to show it to you right quick, and I know we're going to get right back to the subject. I just want you to see. Look at that. Look at the post.
Wow.
And they wrote, adorable picture. Oh, I got it wrong. She has 8 children, and she's pregnant with the 9th. It says, adorable photo of a pregnant mother of 8 with her kids. She has 8 kids and is pregnant with the 9th. This is just cute. What the fuck is cute about that?
Wow. Wow.
Ain't a nigga in sight. And you done brought your big belly, wanna be naked ass out there, just like most of these damn black women are. Gotta get in front of the world half naked, tattooed all over the damn place, still wanting to be some kind of damn sex symbol. Yeah. You done had your 9th kid. Your damn uterus, there's no walls on this house.
My goodness.
I bet there's motherfucking niggas still in. I bet there are grown ass men in her uterus right now. If you stuck a rope in that, them niggas would grab it and pull out.
Yeah, see that? Like, oh, thank God.
You know, like when Odysseus, when he got caught on the damn island and found all them other motherfuckers up there hiding from the damn from the Cyclops. Fuck y'all doing in here? The sirens got us too, man. Brought us right up there.
He got us too.
He got us too, nigga. We gotta make a plan to get up out in this bitch.
Let's work together.
That's what it is. Goodness. You got this bitch set up there. This motherfucker got 9 kids, and these motherfuckers said it's cute.
And let me say this. The problem that I have with that is that it sends the wrong message to us.
Yes.
Because they're young girls that see that. And what they see is saying, I'm going to do that too. When I may not have 8, but when I have my 6, I'm going to do the same thing. And the key thing that's missing from that picture is a father.
It ain't a man in there. The men is like with most black women, the men become the older kid, the older son.
Yeah.
That's their little man.
Yeah, he like their daddy. The kids gonna be saying, yeah, our older brother raised us. He was like our daddy. And it's like that's the type of thing that perpetuates all. I mean, it has such a trickle down effect that we don't see and don't acknowledge all the time, but it has such a trickle down effect. Mm-hmm. If that woman was standing right there with her husband and those were all his kids, I would comment my damn self. Such a beautiful family. It's a big family, but
yes,
it's so beautiful.
Yes.
See these people together, raising the kids, living their lives like it's golden. They working or he working, whatever the case may be. Enjoy your life. Live it to the fullest.
And that woman is fairly young.
Yeah, that's
a young woman, and that pussy she been pregnant her fucking whole damn life. And you know that old saying, like, if these walls could talk? You know what her walls would say if they could talk?
What would they say?
She can't even do no Kegel exercises. There's no Kegel exercise for them. The walls is wrecked.
I lost that muscle after my fourth baby.
You know what I'm saying? The walls is wrecked. You can't even fuck her with your dick. You gotta put your foot in her pussy. You done had 9 kids, bitch.
You be down there like,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
treat that bitch pussy like you Rocky Balboa. Walk up between her leg like this and just punch the shit out of her fucking uterus.
And pussy be looking at you like, if he dies, he dies.
That bitch pussy be like Bald Bull from Mike Tyson Punch Out. Every time you punch, it blocking it. You remember my Bald Bull was hard to beat. That nigga was blocking everything. Him and King Hippo. What the fuck? You done got tired. You done punched this nigga and got tired. Then he just knock you out. That's what happened. You fuck that pussy. I bet it feels horrible because I've been in some pussy where there was no walls. And you're like, God, dog, like, you don't feel this. And she up there making a fucking noise. Shut up, bitch. I didn't even know I was eating. You ever went in the pussy and didn't know you was in it? You was like, that cannot be the pussy.
That cannot be
That cannot be the pussy. I must have missed the pussy and I'm just in limbo right now. My dick is in purgatory. This cannot be your pussy.
You look down and say, she said, what you looking at? So I was looking to see if I was fucking your
and then to look to see if I'm in your pussy. I'm in it. God dog.
Wow.
I don't know what to do left with this. But
man.
So with these things in line, do you think that the people who want to get married, that they can actually look at this and say, as black people, maybe that's an arcane thought of marriage and staying in a relationship together? Has that ship sailed us as black people?
I think it's not docked. I can definitely say that ship is not docked. It's definitely out to sea. But I think that we have to change what our expectations are in relationships. And I think that the only thing that we have kept that is common is that we still have the need and the want and the desire to be up. We still want to be black people, still want to be with black people for the most part. We still want to date the people that are in our area. We don't think to look past where we're at. So we will stay in a dysfunctional environment and try to find or give a dysfunctional environment a chance in our life. And we are, in a lot of cases, wasting time, or we are just perpetuating that dysfunction. And I think that if you see that you come from a broken family, then I think part of your goal to say, I want to get with somebody who does family better than what I've been exposed to. Because that gives you a chance to build a better family. But when I'm from a fucked up family, you from a fucked up family, then you don't have a blueprint except for a fucked up family. So it's like you tend to get together and you say, okay, well, we both fucked up, and what are we gonna build? If we don't know how to build something that's better than what we have been exposed to, then we're more inclined to repeat the same type of dysfunction that we was in.
Like I was thinking about the young woman who I had done the videos about, the one who was saying that her man is gay if you don't like fat people. See, I think because we've been raised by women who do not have accountability for, they may be the problem. Absolutely. You can't have a relationship with black people long term because neither one of us think we're doing anything wrong. Because if you're raised by a person who tells you, I do nothing wrong, and you can see that they've done something wrong, but their mindset is still, oh, I don't do anything wrong. It's everybody else's fault. Because let's be honest, all of us have black mothers, all of us black people. We typically have black mothers, and our black mothers, be honest, do our black mothers admit to a wrong? That's a rare fucking thing.
It's very rare. It's very rare.
You got to browbeat a black bitch into doing something. Like, you got to sit there and talk to him. Just be like, look, bitch, you stabbed me. I'm currently bleeding. You shouldn't have done this. While you're trying to tell her you dying, she'll come up with some excuse of why she did it anyway.
Yes.
She won't even call 911. She'll be sitting there arguing with you about the shit. Now, when you have this type of dynamic, ladies, you could tell me if I'm lying. Black men have now taken on women's thought process. Now, we don't do anything wrong. So we just said arguing back and forth with each other. We will argue with the bitch because it's your fault, bitch. No, it's your fault, nigga. And everything with us is usually only good when we're fucking or we just met. Because we don't know how to have a real long, like me. Not cheating seemed to be not an option. Because I wanted to keep my manhood. And how can I be a man being faithful to a woman? Because when you do it, they make fun of you.
Right.
And they made fun of me in my 20s. And then they made fun of me in my mid-20s. Then they made fun of me in my late 20s. Then they made fun of me in my late 30s or mid-30s. And late 30s. And now I'm in my 40s. And ain't still nobody saying, man, it might be time to hang up that player card. They still going around now talking about you need to fuck as many hoes as you can. So at 40, I'm saying, well, I want to fuck as many hoes as I can to make these niggas who I don't know feel like I'm a man, because I don't want them to think I ain't a man, or like how the big girl said, I don't want them to think I'm gay. But you have to remember, that big girl wants to lose weight. She wish she wasn't that big, but she caused herself to be that big, that along with genetics. And even though she has the want to do it, if you've never done it and you don't see anybody around you doing it, you don't have a blueprint to get to where you want to be. Remember, all of us want to be millionaires, but most of us we don't know any. And the only way we know how to do it is what we see on Love and Hip Hop or TV. So that's why people emulate that and repeat it. So that big girl doesn't know how to lose weight, even when it's for the best for her own body, nobody else, her. So if you have a group of people like that, the majority of us, even if we want, like me, want to be married, we don't know how to execute it.
Yes.
I saw my mom married, and she married to my stepdad, and the whole time she was unhappy. So my seeing marriage was my grandmother, my grandfather, but I was a teen when he died. So I do have somewhat of an idea. But, you know, when they buried my granddad, it was a bunch of bitches came out the woodwork. They said, that's your cousin. Well, I know that motherfucker. All them hoes got kids. They showing up at the casket. My daddy, who is that nigga? Right. My daddy dead. You don't know this man. But, you know, the old women, they were able to keep that shit together. But I look at it now and say, even the ones of us who want to be married, because somebody in the comment section said, be with someone who wants to get married. I think even us who want to get married, we still don't know how to fucking execute it, because even if we grew up in a household that was stable, there's so many people in our inner circle, so many of our friends and family members who didn't have that. We feel like outcasts even if we're trying to do it. So it's easier for us to be dysfunctional than functional. Remember, it is a functional thing for you and another individual to say, we're going to spend this life together, because life ends in death. No matter what it is, that's how it's going to end.
Right.
Nobody's escaped it. Even that nigga y'all pray to, Jesus, they put him on the cross. He went on and went to sleep.
He had the hard way.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to just give her the ghost.
He had the hard way.
Even Jesus said, God.
He didn't get to lay it down and just
Jesus looked up at God and said, man, you got to take this cup from me. I don't want to do that. You know that. That's why I
Right.
believe Jesus was a black man.
Yeah.
God, his daddy, told him what to do, told him how we're going to end. Jesus said, wait, what?
Why I got to do this?
Why I got to do it? If that, he said, look, not my will, but your will be done. I'm not trying to offend you, bro. But if there's any way this cup can pass by me, if there's any way, like a lot of people don't know, he said that. If there's any way this cup can pass by me, let this nigga drink it. Barabbas ain't shit anyway.
You don't like him, you like me. I'm your favorite.
You know what I'm saying? So he even was like, this is a difficult process. I'm going to have to go through it. But it goes back to the timing issue. Black people don't see themselves getting old, and they don't see themselves dying. You cannot build with a group of people who believe I won't grow old, I will not die. And the women believe they're always going to be attractive. When I put that news lady up today, that shit was hilarious. That bitch was walking around looking like a lowercase b. Like her stomach was just out for no reason. Yeah. And I'm sitting there looking how bad built this bitch is, and she put on some tight clothes to show it off. I said, black bitches don't give a shit how they shape. You bitch, you walk around shaped like a rhombus. Would you? and you just showing this shit off. So there's a problem.
So I think that we, like when you were talking about the young lady who called her man gay. Mm-hmm. If we don't know shit else, we know how to tear each other down, because a woman's pride and joy is her image, and she holds on to that. She governs herself by that choice she make. That's the essence of her, how she looks, who finds her attractive, who wants to sleep with her, who wants to be with her, compare herself to other women, and where she measures up. Men, we hold on to our sexuality that same way. How many women want to fuck us? How many women can we fuck? How big our dick is? How we fuck better than this dude? We can fuck this dude's woman. We can sleep with this dude. We can sleep with this chick. We can sleep. All of that is all measured by men to say this is what defines. And the same thing with the woman. So when we attack each other, the fact that she was offended and hurt to her core, like she said she was, even though it was 4 fucking years ago and the shit didn't matter anymore. The fact that he called her fat and said yuck, she didn't even process it as criticism and figuring out a way to rectify the situation. He was just completely destroyed by it and said, well, now I'm going to retaliate by questioning your sexuality. Nigga, you gay. Or you can't fuck. You come too fast. Your dick little. It's like those are the things that we use when we slinging mud at each other, because the first thing we'll do is tell her, my bitch look better than you, so fuck you. You was ugly. You ain't got shit on my new bitch, and that's the problem. We are so quick to tear each other down to our core and to hurt each other that we don't know how to build each other up. We don't know how to cultivate the relationship. We don't understand the concept.
But remember,
somebody will be mad at us, and we understand that, but we can move past it.
Remember, though, it's always easier to tear something down than to build it up. They tear them stadiums down in one day. Boom, 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 boom. Whole stadium break down. How long did it take to build that motherfucker? 3 years.
Right.
You can knock a house down by just simply bring the little wrecking ball, put it out in front of the house, and bloom, 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 down to its bottom. But it took you months to build that house. I think what's happened is because women, as you stated, are not the builders in a community, then what they're teaching other black children to do is ride the wave instead of build. Yep. And if they ride the wave in their career, they ride the wave in their education, they are constantly riding the wave and looking to get a job instead of owning a business, looking to be a part of something instead of starting something.
Yep.
Well, we don't know how to build a family. That takes work. It takes work to find a woman out of all the women in the world and take this one woman and decide to build with that woman. It takes work to have somebody say something to you that you don't like, and like you just stated, be able to go sleep on it. Because I don't have a problem with me. I'm yelling at my girl or my girl yelling at me. one of us go lay downstairs on the couch or go in the guest room or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I can remember the white girl said to me, and I'd heard it before, but she actually did it. She said, I don't want to go to bed angry, ever. So whenever we go to bed, if we've been arguing, because I hold on to arguments because of how I was raised, the shit would linger. And then she would come up to me because she was white. She would say, do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? You know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your fingertips. But what she would do is she would like, well, this nigga's sad. Like, I would give her credit. If I was sad or I looked sad or I was in an argument, she knew I couldn't resist no dick sucking. I can resist fucking because I got to think about this shit to get my dick hard, and I'm pissed at you, bitch. But she sucked my dick. I couldn't really, try to fight it off a little bit. But
Right. but see, she's not a genius. She's not a rocket scientist. She's a daughter that learned from her mother.
Yep.
Real talk. It's like just being able to say, and women hear this part too. Being able to say without any extra shit, I'm sorry I fucked up. I didn't understand what you were saying. Please forgive me. And can I suck your dick? If you can learn those 4 phrases, it can take you a long way in life. Because at the end of the day, we don't like back and forth. We want to be heard. We want to be understood. Women, you want to be heard and you want to be understood, but you want a motherfucker to figure you out.
Yes.
And that is
women play too many games. They play too much.
Exactly.
I had to tell a woman to stop. I had to tell a woman to stop with that. Like, I can't stand when a motherfucker can't use their words. Motherfucker, you done went through school and shit and you don't know how to speak without saying like a couple of fucking phrases and I gotta guess what the fuck you mean. You can't speak into me in complete sentences, or you are like most of these young girls, they fucking phrase holics. All they do is repeat the same fucking phrase. I remember I had to say to someone, I said, I can't look at something and keep saying, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Everything is fucking dope. You listen to them motherfuckers, their vocabulary is limited than the son of a bitch. Now, it'd be fun for a minute when you just fucking, but once the fucking get old, you like, wait a minute, I can't be around a motherfucker that can't find another word to describe the different things. Every fucking thing is dope, 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 dope. Like, the fuck? Motherfucker, get a vocabulary. Make the word special. Make the word mean something. Yes, they just repeat. Yeah. And then in 5 years, it'll be a newer fucking word, and they will say that damn word over and over again. You're like, God, dog, these motherfuckers are really ignorant. Like, you think they're more intelligent than that, but they're not. If it's in the rap song, they're going to start saying it.
Yep.
And then they won't just say it a couple times, because it's cute to say a couple of words every now and again. It's like, you remember we were coming up, D's nuts was funny, but it was always that nigga that just did it every 5 seconds.
Yep.
And it got old, like, dog.
Like, man, if you don't shut the fuck up.
Right. It ain't funny.
But you know what? With men, you can do that. You like, man, would you shut that stupid shit up? And be like, all right, man.
And he'll listen too. He'll realize.
Listen to you. Yeah. He'll listen to you. And it's like, that's the thing with women and a lot of times women don't, it's such a natural default. You just automatically default to doing it. Even when you do admit that you're sorry or that you're wrong, you will put a but as to why you are. Yeah, I am sorry I said that, but I said it because you said this. So now you still putting the responsibility on me and you trying to make me now accountable for what you did. No, just go ahead and take it and say, you know what? I'm sorry. Because even men will do that. You know what? You right. You did catch me fucking your sister. I'm sorry. And we'll leave it out there. Yeah, but you did. I'm sorry. You right. I fucked up. I'm sorry.
But isn't that one of the biggest tenets in a marriage is the ability to have some contrition?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's like, and not just necessarily in a marriage, but in a relationship, period. And you will have that when you have one of the things I talk about is saying, when you know that the other person is for you and their intention is not to hurt you, then even when they do, because it's gonna happen, they're gonna say something or do something that's gonna hurt your feelings. When they do that, you can revert back to the thought of saying, yeah, this person did this and it pissed me the fuck off, but that wasn't their intention. When you can say that with a person, now that puts you in a different place as to how you can deal with that issue or with that problem. But when you don't have that established, when that person hasn't proven to you that their intent is not to hurt you, that they do care about you, they are for you, they are with you, you on the same team. When that has not been established, then this shit is fucking war. It's me against you. You against me, we battling, we going at it. I'm not gonna let you fuck me over. You're not gonna let me, you're not gonna fuck me over. I'm not gonna let it. We gonna have to go back and forth. And there goes the argument, and there goes the whole breakdown and the dysfunction.
Wow.
So, and it's like just like you said with your girl, she was willing to say, you know what, regardless of what the fuck has happened, let's not go to bed mad. Let's not let whatever we pissed off about. Let's figure it out in this day so that tomorrow we'll have a fresh start. Whether we are rebuilding, whether we starting over, we giving ourselves another chance tomorrow. So whatever we got to figure out today, let's figure it out. I'm going to take care of you. We're going to fuck at the end. You going to feel good. I'm going to feel good. We back on the same page. Now let's go ahead and build some shit tomorrow.
Nice. Hey, guys, over there, Tommy Sotomayor live. Goodbye. If you want to watch the rest of it, you can come over to, was supposed to shut them down a long time ago. Yeah. I'm still going to shut them down, then shorten it over there. So you have to come back over here. But everybody over there, bye. You can come over here or you can go to bed. It's up to you.
Bye, live.
I was going to do that joke earlier. But I was supposed to say, I forgot about it. Damn it, I have too much on my mind. Because what I was going to say was I was going to tell you about that girl who had put the water in the bottle when I got to the part where I said she had did it on Snapchat. I was going to say, you know what that bitch said? Hey,
what?
Nah, but that was just I figured you would have got a kick out of it, but I didn't do it, so fuck it. But as for people like me then, because I want you to help me.
Okay.
In trying to get married, who would I marry? Should I give up on wanting kids and just get with a woman around my age? I would say probably the perfect fit mentally would probably be around 27 to 32. Because they can still have kids and they've gone through their bullshit. Now they're ready. But
yeah,
are they ready?
Because I think that's first thing first. Mm-hmm. So like, you need to be with somebody that wants to have children first and foremost because you want another child.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a given. As far as the age thing, of course they have to be able to conceive. You can't
exactly.
No motherfucker that's 52. Talking about, yeah, I do want to have another one. The
50-year-old bitch can make me happy as hell until. But I might need a bitch that can't have no kids. Like the thing is, I think that's another thing that if the black race just stop having random kids, if we stop doing that, I guarantee you it would make marriage more appealing. Marriage is not appealing because bitches is just wanting to be babies' mamas. They don't think at any point in time that they want to get married. Marriage is not something that's going across a black bitch's mind. It is not. Right. Today, all they're thinking about is fucking. They are really good at fucking and sucking dick. By the time that they 15, 16, they are done mastered that shit. I learned that the hard way. I was like, wait a minute, these young girls know more than these old women. And I think they just sit around learning that shit and doing that shit. Yeah. So that's all that they're good for. And that's all that they do with each other. They just sit around and fuck each other and Snapchat all day. Problem is they don't grow out of it. When they're 27, they're just fucking each other and Snapchatting, but they got 1 kid or 2 kids, 3 kids. But they're still doing the same shit. If this is the case, do you think I would ever be able to find someone that views marriage as a positive institution, something they'd like to go into? Or is it like what you said, we're just running around thinking, until you prove to me you're not going to hurt me, I'm going to keep acting like this. But the problem is there is no end date on how long you have to be good to me to prove to me that you're not going to do me wrong, because I think most of us come from such fucked up backgrounds that all we know is that eventually somebody going to do us wrong.
Yeah. And I think for you, you have to find somebody that comes from a strong family setting. Because, and I'm not just talking about somebody from a big family, but I'm saying like they are the traditional style family. The mother is there, the father's there, the grandfather's there, grandmother's there, and there is an established hierarchy there, because that's what's going to put her in the position to be able to understand you, to be able, and because she's going to be younger, I would say, because she's going to be younger, so she's going to have to understand you. And I think that it has to be a woman that is used to and has grown up around male energy. I've had, my daddy has been in my life since day one. My granddaddy has been around since day one. And we are very big family. We have very strong family values. I believe in being able to, cater to my man, take care of my man, be my man's number one fan, his cheerleader, and his biggest support system. Because at the end of the day, those are the things that you need in order for you to be successful in that relationship. If you got a selfish bitch, ain't gonna work. If you got somebody who doesn't know how to respect her man, how to be there for her man, how to play her position as a woman, as a wife, it's not gonna work. Might be some good fucking, she might have some great titties, and you might be able to enjoy yourself temporarily, but you won't be able to sustain. She won't have the tools to be able to work with you.
So that's the case. What would you look for? Like, what did you look for that made you know you wanted to be married? What did you see?
I saw what my parents did, and I saw what my parents didn't do. And when I got old enough, I was able to understand where they went wrong. Because at the end of the day, my parents, even though they split up when I was 3, they still had an affinity for each other, but they couldn't be together because my daddy wanted to be out there in the streets, and my mama wouldn't allow that because she wanted more for herself and she wanted more for her children. She didn't want us, and she flat out told me, I didn't want you all to see your father cheating on me and having women calling the house and all that kind of stuff. I didn't want you all to see that because I didn't want you all to be that. And that made a lot of sense to me, as I made it explain it to me when I was a kid. But when I got older, she explained it to me. So now I was able to understand, to see that, okay, I don't need to get with a woman to build that type of life, to be my wife. I don't need to do that until I'm ready to leave the streets alone. So when I was ready to do that, now I knew what to look for, because my mama was a great blueprint. She was, that's why my wife has a lot of quality that my mother had, because I look for those things, because I was able to value who she was and see, like, man, my mama, she's a woman nevertheless, but she had a lot of great things about her. And I was able to take those great things and say, okay, these are some of the core values that I want my wife to have. When you don't have that, then you have to try to find somebody who comes from a strong family that can, even though things that you don't know, they will have those things in place for you already. It won't be perfect, but they'll have a lot of that stuff that are givens that you don't know to even look for. They will have them in place because of their traditional family background that they come from.
Chastity asked a question. I'll let you answer it. She said there's a lot of ladies in the chat room who've been saying how depressed they are and how much anxiety they have. But we're saying a few minutes ago that they don't need a man, but they want one. She was asking, how does that work? Or will that ever go together? If you have a depressed individual openly saying, well, I don't need a man, but I want one. I've always heard that saying, and I know it sounds good on his face, but I actually like when someone says, I need a man or I need a woman. Let me tell you something. I actually need one. I could live by myself, but let me tell you something that I learned about Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner lived the life that every one of us would want to live. You know what I found out? That this man died alone. That the woman he married laughed when they discussed her having sex. And this was after he died. She laughed and said they only did it once and she had to get really drunk.
Wow.
This is your wife. The guy who documented this says that on one of the last nights of his life, he was there at the mansion, and Hugh Hefner was sitting down there and in his smoking jacket with everybody else as everybody was having fun. And then at 9 o'clock, he went off up to his room by himself. Alone. And his last few days were spent like that. Now, he could have married somebody, and he did. And he married that woman, too, and they could have taken his shit. And he married a young woman who looked good on his arms, but didn't care about him.
Yep.
And I was thinking, I don't want to go out like that. I don't want to go out still trying to chase ass and make people like you on your last fucking day, your last few days of life. Think about how different his life would have been had he had a Mrs. Hefner that he had been married to for 40 years.
Exactly.
I won't even say 80, I'm just 40. And in the process, I don't know.
I mean, even with his children, he would have been with his children's mother. I don't know if they were all by the same woman or not, but just the fact of him being that, it would have been a more rewarding life. Because at the end of the day, all of the things that he achieved, all of the things that he did, all of the, fine women and stuff that he was with, they were nothing but moments that he had that he shared with them, and they benefited more than being with him than he did. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because they all got to say, shit, I was with you. I was married to you. Like the triplet chicks, we were all married to Hugh Hefner. That's something they will be able to say. It's a feather in their cap. And all he can say is, yeah, I fucked them. And that's it. So it's like you have to be able to realize, and for the women, to answer Chassie's question, when you get to the point to where you understand where you're at, not happy, and you want something more or something better and something different, then now you have to create a desire to want a man. Create the desire to say, I want to be with a man. And the only way that's going to happen is for you to accept the fact that you need to change your fucking ways, change the things that you have been doing, because what you've been doing has gotten you to where you at right now.
Yes.
What you have been doing, putting out there, the time, being you and your wonderful self right now has gotten you to the point to where you're at right now. How do I change that to get something different? I have to be willing to change myself, my ideas, the way that I think, my tree, all of that stuff got to be on the table to be changed, because that's the difference as far as what you have been doing. And to get something different, you have to do something that you've never done. So you can't try to be the old you, same old you that you are today, and say, all right, yep, I'm gonna be this and I'm gonna get this too. Because what it is that you go after is having a man, a husband, a partner, a teammate, a team player, all of those things that you actually want, that you are right now, may not be conducive for that. It may not be a strong enough foundation to build that and to be able to house what it is that you're trying to get. You just can't do it. So it's like getting if you have a house and you get a dog, if you get a little small foofy dog, yeah, you can keep that dog in the house. If you get a cane corso, however, that's not an in-the-house dog. That's an outside dog. So you have to, even though you have your house and your house is wonderful, you still have to have the exterior of your house to be fortified and be built to be able to house an outside dog like a cane corso. So what do you have to do for that? You have to change your exterior. You have to build some different shit. You have to change the way that your outside of your house looks so that you can house this type of dog that you truly want. It's the same thing with a different type of man that you've been dealing with. So the man you've been dealing with in your past has been a dude that comes and just drop off dick. That's what you've been doing. That's all you knew, regardless of what your history was. That's it. That's all you know. Okay, great. You want something different. You want an actual husband. You want somebody you can build a life with, share your life with, somebody who gives a fuck about you. Then there's some things you're going to have to change and let go because you can't turn the dick drop off man into your husband. So you have to change you and who you are and what you're doing and where you're going to meet men in order to get a different type of man. I can't find my wife in the fucking club. I can't find my wife on what's the swiping app that people use? Tinder. My wife ain't on Tinder. Now there's some asshole somewhere watching this that's gonna say, "Shit, I found my wife on Tinder." But you the one motherfucker I ain't talking to you. All right. So
I love it when the chicks on Tinder be saying they not just looking to fuck. Bitch, do you understand the purpose of this website? You literally look at a bitch and say, left, she ain't cute. Right, she is. There's nothing deep about this. Nothing at all.
No.
As a man, you understand what it is, and the women play the game and act like it ain't what it ain't, or that it ain't what it is. Bitch, you fuck more than one person off of this site. What do you think this site is?
Exactly.
That's like going to a house party and knowing you done fuck more than one person at that house party. Might be trying to go to another house party. I done fucked too many people here. I'm messing with this.
You go to the same lounge and the same bitches is there, and you done fucked over half of them. What you gonna do?
Yeah, now you can't even talk to no new bitch, because when you go talk to the new one, the old one gonna be like, that nigga ain't shit. He fucked me. That's where you at.
And that's that new bitch you talking to go to the bathroom. All them old bitches you fucking, they gonna go to the bathroom too.
Right, that's usually what done happen with Tinder. By that time, you done met a nigga that done met. You done met a nigga that done fucked the chick that you fucking now. Yep. And so it's like we're not meeting or doing things conducive. Like I said, I find it odd that females today are more comfortable sucking your dick than kissing you. You just think about that logic.
Yeah.
They will put your penis that you piss out of in their mouth before they put your lips on their mouth.
Man, I had a conversation with a woman on Facebook in the chat room, and what she said was, and this fucking blew my mind. Having a baby with a man and co-parenting is one thing, but getting married and living together, that's a whole nother level.
Yep.
I said, what? How the fuck do you think and put together the equation of saying I can have a baby and we can whatever the fuck that means. We can co-parent. That's okay. But actually living together or getting married, oh, that's some whole nother level shit there. We got to have a lot of other things in place. Things got to be, shit got to be right for that.
I know bitches that got kids, and I ask them, why you got married? And the bitch will say, oh, that's a big step.
Yes.
Yes. Bitch, you can get an annulment if the marriage just don't work.
You carrying this baby for 10 months, that in itself ain't no big step. That's just because, you do. I'm just going to go and do that. I'm 24, so I'm going to pop one out. Let me get started.
I've heard of a bitch dying in the delivery room. I've never seen a bitch die at a reception.
Exactly.
I've seen a bitch get stretch marks from having a baby. Never seen a bitch get stretch marks from delivering her vows. I do. Oh, shit. Look at this.
Oh, no. Unbelievable, man.
I'm just saying, and that's why it's hard for me to talk to black women. Because when I heard the white girl say, if I'm not married, I'm not having his baby. I'm not having a baby. I'm not doing it. I hear black girls saying that until they come up pregnant. And when they come up pregnant, they all of a sudden change their mind. I'm having it. I can't go through with it.
Exactly.
You can't go through with what? I can't kill my baby. But I don't even like you, bitch. You know this. You know we don't get along. Well, you shouldn't have nutted in me. Like, that's a black woman's fucking comeback. You shouldn't have nutted. Like, what the fuck? You are willing to have a kid by a nigga that hates your guts?
Yes, because it's for them.
Yes.
And that's why when you think about it, when a woman, not just a woman, when you think about most of our women, black women, they will say my baby instead of our baby. Even though it's a biological fact, you cannot create a baby on your own. If you can't create one on your own, why do you think it's okay to raise one on your own? And the fact that you think it's my baby, this is what I'm going to do. I can raise this baby myself. Me and my family, I don't need you. At the end of the day, that's the problem. Because in other cultures, in other races, they always say, our baby. I don't want our baby to be without a family, to be without his father.
Talk to Caribbean women. I love to hear Caribbean women talk. They say, I had a baby for him. Like, they will say, this is his legacy. That's my job, was to bring his legacy into the world. That's how they view it. You don't see no American women thinking no shit like that.
Yep.
They have a crackhead's baby. That nigga who killed his son at 11-month-old. Do you know they sent me more information about that as I saw that shit, and I could tell that the bitch was asking for money and her child just died. Mm-hmm. Do you know that the niggas that killed her baby had 8 other kids?
God damn. And see that mentality right there, to where, like you said, she said, I had a baby for him. That means not that she understands it, but she's been taught that she is the vessel. I'm bringing this forward. He is the creator. So that means the child is his. I am the conduit. I'm bringing it forward. And it's like, when you have that understanding, it doesn't make you less than. It doesn't make you less than a person. You ain't shit, or you ain't important. You are equally important. And it's like, you understand, when you understand your role and your position and what you do, then you understand how important the other person is. It's just like a leader of a team. A leader of a team can say, you know what? I got the most talent on this team. I got the most skill. I can beat everybody on this fucking court. But I cannot win without a supporting cat, without these other guys that bring whatever it is that they bring to the table to make us better as a unit. So now, once that is understood, I now have a different level of appreciation for my team. I understand that, I'm the star and I'm the leader, but I need my team, because without my team, I'm just a good player. With my team, I'm a great player.
Let's end it with this then. We spent most of the time talking about women, because to me, women ain't shit, but that's neither here nor there.
There's the whore.
But what about the women? What do they have to look forward to if they know men are being raised in these environments? And listen, let's just call it what it is. The majority of black men today are not marriage worthy. They're not looking to find a woman, take care of that woman, raise their kids, provide and protect. They're not looking to do that. A lot of these men are living off of these women. Number one. A lot of these young men are just seeing how many women how many conquests they can make. Has nothing to do with building anything. They never saw anything be built. And if that man came from a family where the father wasn't there and the mother said, I don't need a man, then that man now believes he's not needed. So he's going to spend his life, his young life. What would you say to the young women who are out there right now and they say they want to be married and they're having a hard time? What should they look for in a man that would allow them to understand, hey, this man has the potential to be a good husband. This man is just a good fuck. What can you do to help them?
I've had this actually. That's a great question. I've had it asked by both genders. in like counseling sessions. So it's kind of the same thing. It's just a different approach for both. Women, you need to start looking for men that have fathers. You need to start looking for men that have grandfathers. When you can see that a man or a boy, whatever you want, is coming from that type of lineage, those things, not to say that he's going to be perfect, but because he has his father and his grandfather, then he's probably going to have uncles. He's probably going to have brothers. He's going to have men that have come before him that will be able to help him be a better man, because that's what we as men, that's what we do. We want whatever it is that we bring forward to be better than us. And when you can see that in a lineage, when you can see that in a family, that's what you gravitate towards first. When it's healthy, when it's working, when it's functional, when you can go and you can see, oh yeah, he has a great relationship with his dad. Oh yeah. And I'm talking living together, growing up, mother, all of that whole thing. You start looking for and gravitating towards complete families, intact families. They still have their problems and they are not perfect, but they are able to deal with life and they are able to adjust to situations a lot easier because they can use both genders to actually balance out the things in life that come their way. So you will still have alcoholics and drug addicts in those families, but as a family whole and as a unit, they are able to deal with those things that life brings their way a lot better and a lot easier because they can use each other's skill sets to their advantage. That's what you need to look for, ladies. Stop just looking for the nigga that got money. Stop just looking for the dope dealer. Stop just looking for the big dick, because those things are just that. They're just what they are. They don't have longevity and long-term or lasting effects that can help your life along the way.
You know what's funny is a lot of these, especially a lot of black women, are literally slave to dick. That's why I said DNA.
Yeah, that is so true.
Because
That is so true.
they are chasing an orgasm. Like these bitches
Yep.
will just want a good dick, and they will
Yes.
go through a lot of dicks to get what they consider good dick. And so
Yep.
when their mentality is that low, then the question has to become, and we're going to end it here. I know I'd ask you, is marriage an arcane thought process in the black community? Then ask you, is, if it is, can it be resurrected? I'll go back to that. Do you think you will see a day when more than 24% of black women will get married? Do you think you will see a day when less than 76% of black kids are born out of wedlock?
As sad as it is and unfortunate, I know I won't see that time. I accept the fact that I won't see that time. I hope that my child will see the increase, or at least those numbers double in a positive way. But I know that I won't see that in my lifetime. Will not.
Do you hope your child sees it, or do you think they benefit from it? Because if you don't believe you'll see it in your
I
lifetime,
will definitely, that whatever that percentage may be, I am going to train and program my child, my daughter, to be seeking that small percentage of goodness, that small percentage. And it's not a thing of just saying, well, I want her to go out and be who she gonna be and live her life. I don't believe in that shit. I believe in setting my daughter up to live the best life she can possibly live. And if that is going to start out with her, when she wants to start dating, when she wants to start going out and she's 17 or whatever, she needs to date boys that are coming from more stable families. A boy that's been raised by only his mama and his grandmama and his great great grandmama, he don't have the tools to take care of my daughter and to be with my daughter as a young man. He just doesn't. So it's not to his fault that he's bad, but he's just not the best option for my daughter. So I'm not going to want that for her. I want her to look for when she's talking to a dude, when a dude gets her phone number and they make that first little phone call and they giggling and all that stuff. I want her to be like, hey, where's your daddy? That's what I want her to do. Where's your granddaddy? And when that dude said, oh, you know my daddy, then I want her to be like, well, damn. And she know I can't bring this motherfucker home. I can't go out with this motherfucker. My daddy ain't gonna let me go with this motherfucker nowhere. And as fucked up as it sounds, that's just what it is, because I understand what comes along with that.
But is
I
it
understand
fucked up,
what comes along with, huh?
Is it fucked up though?
Is it fucked up?
I don't think it is. I don't think it's fucked up that you give your. Let me tell you something. Black people, in my opinion, need to be like Mormons. We need to start our own shit called Blormans, like the Black Mormons.
He said the Blormans.
We need to start in Blormans. Like, if you think about what the Mormons do, we laugh at them, whatever it is, but they work their shit out. Or like the Jews. Jews are what, 3 to 5% of America. They send their kids to Hebrew school. No matter what the fuck they doing, they have to walk around with them damn yarmulkes on while everybody else is running around the street. They gotta go. They gotta be in the house by sundown on Friday to sundown on Saturday. They have these things, and because they're raised that way, they also raise them to pick somebody else from your so-called tribe. I even like the fact that they use the word tribe a lot. Yeah, I think blacks in America have to become tribal. I think Nigerians get it. Nigerians come here and they don't even like for their children to marry American blacks. They fuck the shit out this Nigerian. She was like, but we can't get married. My family won't accept. Her dad won't give. And I was like, God, that's a powerful thing to even have parents who can deny you something if you don't go a positive route. Black children don't have to worry about their parents not giving them anything. Their parents didn't have shit to give them. I wasn't worried that my mom gonna leave me the fuck out the wheel. I wasn't worried that my dad was gonna leave me out the wheel.
You won't get your inheritance.
Right. There was nothing they could hold me from. Matter of fact, once you grow up and you start to realize following their advice is usually holding you from something. So you start to gravitate away from them and away from that crap. The more successful black people get, the more you start to move away from your family, because you realize your family is a bunch of dysfunctional people who are not going to help build you up. Like I said, I'll be doing several shows. I ain't seen nobody from my family come up in the chat room and be like, just send a donation. Good job, brother. Good job, nephew. Good job. But I ain't never seen that.
Don't happen with me either.
So if I've never seen this, then if I start to go move in a positive direction, I'm going to think positive and family don't go together, not the one I have, so I'm going to move away from it. Then when you move away from it, it makes you vulnerable because you aren't grounded like the Blormans would be, the Black Mormons, we would be grounded. You're not grounded, so you're easily taken advantage of because, you're moving away from your family because you believe they're a detriment. But you don't know who to look for on that other side. You only know the detrimental side. You know what not to go. It's like, I know where not to go, but I don't know where I'm going. And there's been plenty of times where people will drive and in directions you're like, I know not to go back that way. I know where that's going, but I don't know where to go. I think the majority of us are like that. We don't know where to go. So being as we don't know where to go and we don't know how to build with people because we might know it's wrong, but we don't know what's right. What would you say to both of our sides? Do you think the idea that we need to become more tribal? Because I think if I could be in a neighborhood with a bunch of people who think like me and raise their kids like me, then I have a higher chance of my child marrying your child than I would if I bring my child up right here by myself. Then I send my child out into the middle of Phoenix, hoping that they can find somebody else in all this mess that raised their kids like I did that are my color. That's the harder part. I can find somebody that raised my kid like I did, but then if I got a little girl, then white boys out here in Phoenix just gonna want to fuck them and see what it's like to fuck them, but they gonna go and marry somebody from their tribe. A lot of black girls I've noticed out here in Phoenix, they be fucking the shit out these white boys, then they be right back on the market.
And I would say that you have to, first and foremost, I think what you said was paramount with just saying, I know that where I'm coming from and where I need to be.
And for those who don't know what he was saying, he's saying a movie lot. He said what I said was like a movie lot, as I said, Paramount.
You always find a way. I'm so proud of you, man. You
I
always
just wanted to
find a way.
explain. A lot of people didn't know what
Yes.
that meant, you know.
Yes. He's going from lot A to lot B. But when you're moving from something that you know isn't good for you, sometimes that is the best thing to do, even when you don't know where you're going. Because once you get out, you know what was bad for you. So you may be going in a different direction and you may veer off into the wrong side, but you'll see, wait, this is starting to lead me back into that other bullshit. Let me go back the other way. Even though I don't know. So you can kind of feel your way into a better situation than what you're coming from. So, like you said, with being in a different environment where you're not in the hood, then you have a greater chance of your daughter not dating somebody that's in the hood. Now, there's still, like you said, the danger of her being around just people that just want to fuck her just because she's a different color. But at the end of the day, that's something that you can help her work through, as opposed to somebody that's fucking her that is the same color as her that you know ain't shit. So it's like when you move out of that area into something different, even though it's the unknown, you have a greater chance of finding something that is more conducive to the change that you're desiring, as opposed to staying in where you're at and trying to fix a bunch of broke shit that don't nobody want to fix in the first place. So that has to be, and that can be scary, and that can be something that you don't want to do because it's such an uncomfortable thing to do, especially when you don't have a support system, especially when you don't have anybody there to help you along the way or to back what you're doing and to push you forward and to encourage you. But sometimes you have to be a trendsetter and blaze your own trail so that you can start a different trend in your history of your family. So be that person that stepped outside, and maybe somebody that comes after you can see your path and say, well, you know what, even though the shit I'm in was fucked up, my third cousin Tommy went and did something that was way left and totally different than what everybody else did. And I think that he may not be perfect, but he's definitely living a better life than what I'm on course to live now. So let me try to follow that. Let me try to do something that along those lines and follow in those footsteps. And maybe if he's even still around, seek his counsel.
I like it, and that is what I just hate. Like even now, I wish I was around more people who were successful here.
Me too.
If I could be around more people who were successful, I could get more work done. Cause I can tell you I've started to learn probably over the last 3 years, especially when like dating. When you date people who when they, if they don't have anything, well, your drive offends them. But if
Yeah.
they had something, they would join you in the drive, or they'd have their own drive.
Yep.
Like I'm used to the idea of if I'm working, that person works. They're like, fuck, I'm glad you're working, cause now I can work, cause I want to. I have shit I can work on. But when you're doing things with people who don't have that thing that you have, because I tell women all the time, you can date me and not have the money I have, but have the drive I have. If you have the drive, we'll get along. People with a drive, they have less time to worry about fucking around, cheating on you, sucking dick, if you cheating, what you doing, if they literally have a drive to the point of where they want to have them 2-3 hours away from you too, so they can do the things that they want to do.
Yes.
They don't
Yes.
need to, because people who need you will kill you. People who need you like that will kill you. People who need you because you're a good person, they like having you around and things like that, but they also like themselves. Like you, when you like yourself, you want time.
Yeah.
You want
It's
time to
like
yourself.
I remember you. I think yeah, this was you that said that when you talked about drains and fountains,
Yep.
drains and fountains. Even though you may be a smaller fountain, you still have something to offer, something that I can drink from, something that others can drink from. So you have purpose. When you're drained, all you're doing is collecting shit. Shit is just coming. If it ain't coming to you, you ain't doing nothing. You just sitting there. So it's like you have to be. If I'm a big fountain, so be it. You could be a small fountain. How many fountains have you seen where you can see the big feature part of the fountain and the little other fountains around it still make it look beautiful, still make it look like something that you want to see, and it's attractive in that light because you can say, well, yeah, even though those other fountains are smaller, it still makes the big one look good. And that fountain has purpose just like the smaller ones do. But when you just a drain, like you said, drain, it will kill you. It will take, just all it does is take, take,
And
take.
you stop liking a person who doesn't bring. Like,
Yes.
I'll tell people all the time, I can start off being the financial person in a relationship and doing all the shit for you. And then after a while, I'm going to realize you ain't that pretty for me to be paying all your bills. Your pussy ain't that good for me to be paying all your bills. And you literally do nothing else.
Yep.
It ain't like, now I've had girls who, when I'm working, the motherfucker will clean shit up. I'll turn around and the bitch done cook something. She'll say, this nigga been in front of this damn light and camera for hours. I'm gonna rub the nigga back when he done. I'm gonna make the nigga a sandwich. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna provide something for a motherfucker that technically is providing stuff for me as long as I'm around them. When I see a woman that has that thought, I'm thinking, okay, well, it doesn't matter that she doesn't pay a thing. She's not using me.
Yep.
Women should think the same thing about a man. I looked at a lot of these women, and I seen these women date me, and that woman will work, and that man, he claims he's looking for a job. He didn't have a job, fine. But she'll come home and the trash will still be there. It'll be full. Grass won't
Grass
be
ain't
cut.
cut.
Dishes in the sink because this nigga been eating fucking blueberries and frankenberries all day. Milk gone, so you can't even make yourself no blueberries or frankenberry.
Yep.
There's 2 slices of turkey and 1 slice of bread. So unless you want to make a turkey taco with that 1 piece of bread.
Yes.
And
And even and that person that doesn't have, and hear me, to that person that don't have, that's saying to themselves, well, shit, everybody ain't got it. Everybody ain't got it like that. And everybody, you can still be together and make things work. No, you can't. Because when you don't have shit and you don't have drive, even though you don't realize it, you begin to despise that person that does.
Yep.
You begin to be jealous of that person that does have that
and
drive.
you try to hold them back.
Exactly. So you then begin to have contentment. You have resentment towards that person, to where you like, this motherfucker, and you would
They don't have
rather
contentment.
tear it
They have
down.
contempt.
Contempt. I'm sorry. Yes. You have contempt for that person, and you begin to resent that person for who they are, just because you don't have your own thing. Just like the fucking stalkers out here on fucking YouTube land. It's the same exact thing. You don't have your drive, and because you've seen what somebody else has built, you don't have it within you.
Yep.
To be that same type of person, to build your own thing and to do your own thing, and to maybe even possibly collaborate with that person. You would rather try to tear that person down and be his arch enemy, and to try to go after every single thing he has, because you are so jealous of what it is that he has built on his own.
And that's what happened with a lot of these damn relationships, where you'll get,
Yes.
if you a hustler and that person doesn't hustle and they don't have the want to hustle, they'll start complaining about your hustle. You work too much. You won't be able to tell them, hey, I got to do so and so. A person who hustles understand it. When you say, every time I've dated a girl who hustles, when I tell her, shit, I can't come back, I got to go do so and so, they like, I get it. Because motherfucker, when I'm doing this, I have to do this. And I like what I do. I enjoy the fruits of my labor. People don't understand. The most fun part about enjoying what you do is knowing that there are fruits to that labor behind it.
Yes.
Like, you realize you worked all week and you get that check and you get that bonus check and you feel good about it. Even when we do a show. When we do a show and we get a few donations at the end of the night, when I'm able to split them up, I'm like, yeah, this is all right. To me, the end is a good damn thing. Now, I done the show tonight and ain't nobody hit that button. It is what it is. I understand. It might not be what you want to do tonight. I feel you.
Yep.
But
Let me check mine. Let me see.
Ain't nothing over in here, but there is a person named JD who said, "Where's the best place to donate?"
Let's see. No, the cup of this bear over here as well. My cup does not runneth over.
My cup runneth under. I don't even have no cup. They took the cup.
My head.
They donated to you and nobody else is either, nigga. Yeah, like Bart Simpson, dope.
But it's like even with that, it's like what we have built here and what we do. We have a drive and a passion and a love for it, to where this is what we like to do. Yep. We like the time that we spend together, the things that we do to give to people, and that we just sacrifice within ourselves to give to others. that's what we do. So it's what we built. And it's like, hey, because of that, that's where part of that satisfaction and gratification is of us building something together, from one person that subscribed to the thousands that we get now. At the end of the day, that's just a part of this. That's the byproduct of us building. So it's like, if don't nobody donate tonight, so be it.
Yep.
Because there's always next week, and we gonna build it even better next week.
And somebody asked me earlier in the chat room, I saw them, and they said, Tommy, you look happier than we've seen you. I said, I'm always happy when I'm doing a show with Brian. I'm always like, I'm excited about it. Like right now, I got a shit. You ever have to shit and it make you bend over a little bit and you're like, and then it pass and you're like, okay, I'm straight. And then it come back again, put you in the full Nelson.
That shit get you in a camel clutch.
Like, I'm about to fuck around, just shit on myself and keep on doing the show. Okay, yeah, so let's open up the phone line. And it's a hard thing to do because there was a point in time in life where we shit on ourselves and was happy about it. Yeah, I'm happy. Look at your parent. You smell that shit? Come change me. Motherfucker, you 9. Go to the bathroom.
You catch that whiff. You shitted, didn't you? You got to say nothing like.
I saw a little baby turn up his own face at his own dime, but that shit was hilarious. That baby said, and his mom was like, oh, that's how he let me know he done pooped. If that motherfucker can do that, he can go to the bathroom. At that point, this motherfucker can go to the bathroom, flush, and escort some other kids down. He making faces.
But hey, that little motherfucker need to be flushing and spraying on his own. Take this blade and then spray, you little motherfucker. You know what you did.
But it's funny because I remember my daughter, we were stuck in traffic. The poor little baby, I think she was 5.
Yeah.
She said, Daddy, you ever said that you when you have them in the back and you put them in a little child seat because they're too small? And Alex always been small. Alex said, Dad, I got to pee really bad. We stuck in the middle of Atlanta traffic. It is what it is. I said, look. I said, just pee in the seat. No, Daddy, no. I said, Alex, I can't do it if they just piss in the seat. I'm not going to do it, Dad. I said, your mama do it all the time. And I'm not lying. Her mama would do it all the time. My mama was stuck in traffic with her mama. She said, she was crying. I said, what's wrong, bitch? I said, what's wrong, bitch? I peed on myself.
Hey, that is unacceptable as an adult. You should be pissing on yourself.
She couldn't get out on the side of the road because a woman pissed different than us.
Oh, everything. Back in, when did they have the All-Star game in Atlanta? No, we drove to Atlanta for All-Star break, for the NBA All-Star break, and we had got there right during rush hour traffic. I had to piss. And I said, I'd be damned if I piss in this car. And I got out and was standing there along the guardrail, pissing and shaking my head with I don't give no fuck. Y'all look, y'all want, I ain't pissing on myself.
See, she didn't have no choice. Here's what we were.
And everything.
She had no choice though. We were in the HOV lane. So it's right by the median.
Oh.
The other side was literally, if you've ever been downtown, y'all know there's like no trees or nothing. It's the median. Yeah. It's more concrete. I mean, she could. First off, it's illegal to get on the expressway and run across it.
Wow.
So even if the police had seen you do it, they could arrest your ass or give you a ticket, whatever the fuck. But even if she runs across the street, there's nowhere for her to go over there and pee. And the more you run, the more you're going to want to pee. So she just sat there and tried to hold it in, and then I guess it just started trickling down. And when you start to pee, it feel real good. So it's hard to stop. And men can tell you that all the time. Once I start pissing, that's it.
That's what I made up my mind. I say, hey, if If I go to jail, I just go to jail. I'm going to go to jail. Saying, why did you do, sir? I did not want to piss on myself, and traffic was horrendous.
She peed on herself. We had to get that damn car cleaned. That motherfucker, you had to have the interior just replaced.
Man,
that car was ruined.
Man, I'm telling you, I was like, hey, I know this is my first time hanging out in the ATL, but this nigga from Chicago about to introduce himself.
Yeah, I done been in places where I just pissed in places where it was just really inappropriate, but because we got dicks, we can, you turn your back to the traffic and the car go this way, you just keep that nigga try to back up. Nigga, you can't see me. You keep fucking round. Now, follow that nigga.
Yes,
but then, like women, they have a problem. Like when they pee, this shit'll still run down their leg. I seen women try to squat and shit to still run down their leg. There's a method to that shit apparently with chicks. They have to get in the right spot and shit. Now there's some of them done got good at it. They piss like a nigga. They stand up, piss in a urinal. I'm like, bitch, what you been doing? I grew up with brothers. I figured out how to work this shit.
There's a cup that they have. I saw this a long time ago that a woman can like put over her thing.
Over vagina and they help her piss into a cup like we do. Yep.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah,
I had to buy my daughter's mom that. She saw it at the sports store. She said, "We getting this." I said, "What is that?" Looked at it.
It's a man pisser.
It looked like a pussy, but with a hole in it.
Yeah.
It looked like a what you call them damn things you put in to change your oil.
A funnel. It's a funnel.
It's like a fucking funnel. And I'm laughing at the saleswoman because she's like, "Oh, I see you guys are looking at the pussy converter, like whatever the fuck it's called,
the female funnel 8,000."
Right? Would you like a demonstration? That bitch said, "You just put it." And if you see right here, my vulva is right.
Oh my goodness! Yep. Yeah, man.
And so it's a thing that I always felt like as men, we got a real advantage over them on that, because I've been in the car several times. Just if anybody got a cup in this bitch, somebody in the back got one of them cups, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I done did that. I pissed in a beer bottle.
It feel good too.
I done had to piss so long where I done pissed in a water bottle, filled it, had to cut my piss off, pull that out, and go back to finish it off.
And that should be hurt too. It hurts your stomach.
Yes, it does.
Women don't understand. Well, maybe it do women too, but
cutting that thing off,
cut it off. Ooh,
boy.
Like,
yeah.
Cause you ever been like shitting and somebody come to the door? Ding ding.
Yeah, man.
Man, I gotta cut this shit off. And you hate to cut one of them off, especially when it's them wet ones. Cause you don't technically cut it off, cause you just done ruined your drawers.
Right.
You just ruined your drawers now. You get up and pull your shit up. Son of a bitch. Let me go answer this door.
It's Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, you're Jehovah's Witness. I already got this peanut butter in my ass, and you up here. You ring about door. I had a good shit going.
I got sweet potato pie. I'm shitting out. You talking about? You talking about some?
I got custard in my
No,
pants. You up here got tapioca pudding and shit. You up here still you ringing doorbells. You didn't want shit. Now look at me. Walking all gap leg.
Hey, bitch, I'm in here shitting mashed potatoes and you talking about a goddamn watchtower. Get the fuck away from my door.
Up here shitting out Tootsie Rolls that's been in a hot car all week. Right. That's what I'm doing.
Toffee in my goddamn toilet. And you talking about if I died today, would I go to G? Well, I don't know. I just might die from cutting this shit off.
You know what I'm saying? That shit hurt my stomach to cut this shit off. I've been shitting so much it'd be good. And you just get, cause I'm a shitter. Like when I shit, let me tell you what's gonna happen. It's a 30-minute process. I go in that bitch, get a nice book.
Yeah,
I start surfing the web, ordering shit off of Amazon. Shit is probably. I think all men like the bathroom. I think that's our sanctuary in the fucking
It's a sanctuary, man. It is a holy place. It's holy ground.
You could.
You ever shit so much you feel like you gave birth?
Yeah. You ever
Was
shit so
it?
much you had to flush the toilet multiple times?
Yes.
I got ready to shit one time. The toilet got up and walked out. I'm out. The toilet told me to go upstairs.
You shit so much you tired. You know, I gotta lay down after that shit. Well, I done worked out. I'm a fucking.
He said, I shit so much, I need a raise. I'm gonna go talk to my boss. You know what I've been in there doing?
They say, boy, shit like, boy, did you just shit or did you build a log cabin in that motherfucking toilet?
You ever been at work and it's that one real good bathroom that you like sneaking out to? Could that be the motherfucking like executive lounge? Good ass bathroom. You been in that shitting. They looking for your ass. At work, you been at shitting break for 15 minutes, nigga. I've been in 30 minutes. My stomach hurt, nigga. I'm shitting. I'm not cutting this off. But you be in that, you get ready to go in there, you like, shit, it's 10, 15. I know ain't nobody in that shit now. I'm gonna go in there and get my shit on. And it's always them 2 feet up under that son of a bitch, and that nigga got his drawers under his feet. He ain't down to his ankle. He done pursed his feet on his damn drawers, and he just in there shitting. And it's some white dude that's he making the noise that go along with it. And you like, fuck. So you wait,
man,
but you don't want to come back because you know what he and not doing. Then you come back, it stink up the whole bathroom. This nigga, he did flush.
Yeah.
But it was so much because he shoved a bunch of fucking paper in there and shit that he flushed it. Now it's just jumbled up paper and shit.
Oh, he don't finish it off and clean it up.
No, and he done left.
Yeah.
And you see his punk ass walk out doing this. He done.
You know what always baffled me?
And then finish it with this.
You get that going. Build up high.
And looking at you as his punk ass walk out.
I used to always be baffled by the motherfucker that would leave a turd in the toilet and no paper. Like, this motherfucker just shit and
no, I think what happened is if it's big enough, the paper will go down. But that turd was like antimonium, like infused. It wasn't going. It was that Jennifer Holiday shit. And I'm staying, and you.
You're gonna flush me. You're gonna flush me. Oh my God.
So I think that's what it is, because you done had, well, I remember when I was in elementary school, I don't know how that dude did that. He had a spiral shit. That motherfucker looked like the galaxy was expanding. You know what I'm saying? The Big Bang. Like,
that motherfucker soft serve. You know,
right,
soft
that
serve
nigga put an elliptical in there. Like, what the hell? And it was just, I was like, did he do this on purpose? How did he do it? And he did shit, and it wouldn't go.
Standing over the toilet, like gyrating.
Like it wouldn't go. This nigga's shit came out looking just like his intestines. It looked like he shit out his long intestines.
Say, motherfucker, did you hand model that like clay when you put it out? Yeah, man, it's just like my intestines.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. This is an exact replica of being nice.
Right,
you know how long I had to pack this shit in here like this?
This is a replica for medical use to give the doctors an outline of my lower colon.
I saw that. I said, like, is it coming out and just staying in one big loop and it's doing this?
Oh, what about that turd that like fucking multiplies by itself? Who the fuck the shit in a football in here? Left the motherfucker.
Oh, you had that shit that just disintegrates on impact. Like it be this shit like the hollow point shit. It come out your ass as soon as it hit the water.
Them incendiary rounds.
And next thing you know, you flush it. And all that shit did was just rub itself up against the toilet sides. All it did was just smear itself.
He done blew concrete on the
Yeah, now you in the
toilet.
bathroom, you in the toilet because you fucked around, had to shit in your neighbor's house because you had to shit really bad. And I'm at your neighbor's house, so you try to play it off by turning on a little water. You shit real quick, try to pinch one off, make them think you're pissing, but you really shit. But you go in there, and now you got this shit around there, but they don't have any toilet cleaner thing.
No, they got no
So you got shit all in there, and you know they gonna know you been in their bathroom shitting. So what do you do? What do you do? How do you clean the toilet? You know what I had to do? And I don't know if anybody else had to do it. You got to go on and you got to get the paper towel or the tissue, flush it, and as it goes down all the way out, try to get your ass in there, clean it out really quick, just move it around. Now your hand has been in the toilet now, and it's been on the shit. So now you got to go wash your hands. But they ain't got no soap.
There ain't no soap, dog. There
ain't no soap. So now you can wash your hand under the water, but then your shits ain't clean.
Give me some laundry detergent. Give me some Tide out the laundry room.
Look, you know y'all don't have no
Give me some Dawn off.
You know you don't have no soap in here. I want to wash my hands, you know. But you don't want them to come in there and bring the soap because it stinks. You know. You know. And so what you do is you got somebody said this, you're in a dilemma. What do I do? The Glade plug-in ain't working. You ever went to grab the Glade air freshener and it don't be shit in there and you still be trying to shake it to get that last out?
Oh, you turn it upside down?
Right. I was so desperate for some smell good, I started breaking that son of a bitch. Just hoping I could open it up and a little bit of the damn aerosol will come out of the bottle. Something. But it's a bad damn situation. I know this has nothing to do with dating. It's just me talking about I got to shit because I got to shit. Well, I've been had to shit. I was going to shit before the show, but I said,
no, man, you can't make that mistake. I do want to give a shout out to Erica Guzman for donations. Thank you so much. Thank you so kindly.
Nice. Good
job,
Erica.
Indeed. I appreciate that. Yeah. And also to, let's see here. I said I was going to make sure I do this from now on. To Leroy Agnew, I appreciate you, good sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. And also to Sinead, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. Nice. I appreciate you so much. Yes, indeed.
I would read my donations, but no.
Boy, you had me listen to that song for about a week straight, Jack.
That used to be my shit. I would be on campus saying, I would say something to people out of nowhere. They'd be like, what? I would share the homework from last night, but no.
I'm telling you, boy. He used to come over to my boy's crib and just yell outside, as I sling another ounce, wish it was a kilo.
Made money. I need money in a major way.
Major way.
Time to fuck my biatch. I'm getting paid. That Tupac could say anything. This shit was a classic.
Man, that was my fucking anthem, man.
Bury Me a G was my shit. That whole
buddy.
From the cradle to the grave, life ain't never been easy. OJ got a stiletto.
Crazy.
You ever notice back in the 90s, everybody that had a Lexus went to Texas? Everybody that was everybody that went to school acted a fool and broke all the rules. I was like, buddy. God, dog, it's the same shit. We don't know what else to rhyme.
Niggas only pull techs.
Right.
I pull a tech. I had my tech 9, nigga, tech 9. That's all I want to do, nigga, tech.
Everybody had a tech.
Yeah,
it was
buddy.
Like it was funny. Like you knew what rhymed. That's why when people always say, "Well, you can put the words together," all you have to do is the whole way to freestyle is this. I learned it easy. No matter what you say at the beginning, end the sentence with a word that you can rhyme it with. Typically a short word. If it's a short word like car, you can easily find several words that rhyme with that. So if you listen to what I'm doing when I'm freestyling, I typically will have, it's like playing chess. I know my next two moves. So I will end the sentence in something that's easily able to rhyme. And if I fuck up and have a sentence with something that I can't rhyme, then what you do is you do the New York style of rap. Fuck that line and just make two more. Yeah, New York niggas be like, that shit ain't gotta rhyme. Be like, what the fuck he just say? He like
Bars,
like the
nigga.
rhyme was inside of the line. I'm like, what word did you rhyme? Like the third word in this one and the fifth word in that one. They both rhyme.
Yep.
God, kid. I'm like, what? That don't make any sense. I'm from the South. The shit is simple. To and do.
Man.
Far and car. Like, that's it. And then the niggas out west was the same way. So what did Snoop Dogg say? Everybody knew the song after you heard it one time. 1, 2, 3, and to the 4.
Snoop Doggy Dogg. And
Dr. Dre is at the door. Then you heard G Thing one time, you knew all the words.
Man. Yeah,
Now these
buddy.
niggas song, you don't even know what they saying. They mumbling. They
Yep,
making words that
man.
rhyme that don't rhyme. You don't know what the fuck these niggas are saying. You gotta sit there and
boy,
figure
I
shit
tell
out.
you, if it wasn't for them beats, I probably wouldn't even listen to rap no more if it wasn't for them beats, man.
And people say, well, how do you know what Bone Thugs and Harmony is saying? I said, because they still saying something.
Right.
It's
Yep.
just they're not even rapping fast. Like I remember when I used to win contests in college, they was like, how do you know the words? I said, they're not rapping fast. Twister raps fast.
Yeah.
They're not rapping fast. Matter of
Right.
fact, Mystical used to rap like Bone when he first started. They're just saying words at a certain part of the beat. That's why they always use an R&B. If you want to rap fast, use an R&B song. That way you can push more words into a small space. That's all it is. And the faster the song is, it's hard to rap. That's why if you listen to Bone, it's always an R&B song that they're able to do that to, because it's slow and so you can put more words in it. But at the end of the day, I want you to leave them with something. We've had fun, had our little comedy hour, but I want you to leave them with something serious about what people who want to find a stable relationship or marriage, things that they should look out for.
Always try to, and just in relationships, period, that you have, try to get into relationships with people that are doing more than you, that are better than you, because that way you will learn and you will be challenged to be better and to do better, which will ultimately end up in you having better.
Wow.
If you go and strive for that, then you can overcome that odd. You can get out of that relationship depression of saying, I'm not gonna make, I ain't gonna find nobody, so let me just settle for Jamar Quavius II because I can't get no. Go ahead and just get with people that are doing better, that are better, and then you will increase your odds of having better.
That's good, but and I like that, but a lot of times I always look at my situation as, yes, I'm doing better than the person so they can learn from me, but what am I learning from them? So it's a hard thing to do because that person who doesn't have can always look for people who have, but the person who has, what are they getting from the person who doesn't have? So it's a catch-22. Yes, it's good that they look for somebody who has, but that person who has to now look and say, I got to be with somebody who doesn't. So that person's not going to push me. I will push that person. They will not push me.
And if you are a person that to the person that does have, and you see someone that has less than you, that person can still have other things that, or other qualities that you may not necessarily possess. So just like when you talked about having somebody that doesn't have, maybe the finances that you have, but they have a strong sense of family, they have a strong family background, they have something that you seek, and they know how to support you, and they have their drive, which is making a house that they're in a home, so that for you could benefit you. Somebody to where, like you said, when you in front of that camera all day, having somebody to come and clean the house, have some food ready, know how to rub your back, know how to take care of you in that aspect, then that's something that you can't necessarily just say, well, this is something that I just buy to have this type of service. Somebody that knows you, they can care for you and support you in what you're doing, so that you can say, hey, this person is bringing something to the table that I can't just necessarily pay for, because they not only are doing it, but they do it out of love.
Yeah.
That in itself, like with Hugh Hefner, there was nothing anybody could do for him or give him monetary wise that he couldn't get for himself. But he yet and still died lonely because he didn't have the investment he didn't invest in relationships. He didn't invest in companionship. He didn't invest in somebody who actually would love him and care about him in the way that he would want or need. Then that's how you lose. So it's like there is a great advantage for somebody who has monetary gain and resources, but then there's the other side of that relationship to where a person can bring those intangibles, like when we were talking about an older woman can bring, that you can't quantify with dollars.
Tom Q said something. She said, pay attention to how people treat the people they don't like. If you watch how they treat the people they don't like, that tells you more about them than how they treat you when they do like you. Very true. Because if you see somebody cussing and yelling and treating a motherfucker like shit when they mad at them, they probably gonna do you the same damn way. Number two, I gotta let you go because I gotta go shit.
Drop that deuce, brother.
I gotta drop it. Hey y'all, everybody, I'm out this bitch. I'm about to shit on myself. Peace.
See you guys. Thank you, everybody. I love y'all. Thanks to the moderator. Shout out to everybody. We will see y'all next week.
We out.